Good afternoon, good evening, good night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or, whatever. Um, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you down to the heart of music in Virginia, Klean Studios, for the one and only Biscuits and Gravy podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Eric Reynolds, but you don't give a fuck about me. You give a fuck about these handsome gentlemen behind me. And they are, of course, the Stray Lions. And they'll be blessing your ears tonight with one of their new singles, Wings. So enjoy.
Angel lies at times becomes obscene. You can try to hide what you have seen. I'm the one whose wings get weak outside the door. I'm the one who won't get past the front porch. If your wings get tired, please let me know. Oh baby, that's my stop. Come on and fall away. You've opened all the gates. One face to put on, who will take it off? Have I had fun? Who will know? What face to put on, who will take it off? Have I had fun? I'm the one whose wings get weak outside the door. I'm the one who won't get past the front. If your wings get tired, please let me know. Angel eyes, angel eyes, angel eyes.
Bring me in sweet. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I like that. I like that. The sweet noise of biscuits and gravy.
Thank you for
in
calling the
your
Biscuits and
ears.
Gravy Hotline.
Gentlemen. Give me some crowd noise for the fucking Stray Lions, guys. Holy shit.
I'll take my jazz hands.
You heard their song Wings at the top of the episode, but now you get to meet them. Fuck yeah. So, guys, this is, like I said, this is the Stray Lions. You'll see some familiar faces. Obviously, Austin and Bailey have been down here with Lost in Space Camp. Their episode just premiered, which we were really happy about, but we're really excited to get the other group to
Yeah.
They're in the straight lines down here.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of want to go around real quick and get everybody to introduce themselves. Actually, first I want to play a fun game and see if I'm actually a good reporter and I can name everybody. So we've got Austin over here who plays synth. We've got Jacob who plays drums, Sully who plays guitar and lead vocals, Bailey who plays guitar as well, and then we have Ryan who plays bass. And I fucking nailed it. Eat your goddamn heart out! Eat your heart out, CNN! Eat your fucking heart out, MTV.
Here at Biscuits and
Chuck.
Gravy, we actually know who our guests are.
TV.
MTV2.
Man, I really like
NBC.
Yeah, they were all right. They were all right back in the day. All
Back in
right.
the day.
Okay. So if everybody wants to go around and introduce themselves, I'll start here with Austin because he's next to me.
Hello, I'm Austin. Nicely. Yeah, I don't know.
And you play synth?
I play synthesizer, yeah, in this band. Yeah, I'm doing some backup vocals. I like to sing.
Hell yeah.
sometimes. It's
Hell
really
yeah.
cool.
I love the synth sound, by the way.
Thank
I
you,
think it's fucking awesome. Over here.
Howdy. Jacob, I'm the drummer. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
that's all you need.
I was
it.
asked to ask you about the cover on your kick drum.
Yeah, so that fun little thing, that's a goat skin head.
Yeah, okay.
That's genuine goat, baby.
He killed it
fuck
himself.
I did not kill it myself.
Sacrificed it to ball.
You know, in my old days in the cult, you know,
As
just
we all actually.
it's either that or my daughter, and I was like, well, the goat's cheaper.
Goats
you know?
is much cheaper.
Yeah, so it's fine. Don't have a daughter that I know of. No, that's Bovin Percussion out of Canada. Really cool dude. Ethically sources it like he has a farm, and like when they naturally die, he makes the heads. So they're limited. Really, really cool dude to work with. I saw it on the internet, and I was like, you know, that seems really cool. To get nerdy. I wanted like an old school sound, like the old calf heads used to be with drums, you know, back in the day. Yeah, Buddy Rich, like the old jazz legend, used, you know, real calf skin heads.
I did not realize.
And they're great, but they're a bitch to deal with because natural skin like will stretch, you know, temperature. So like if I had a full calf skin like kick drum or like full kit, I'd have to set it up, leave it for an hour to get acclimated to the room and the humidity, and then tune it up. I'm not that patient.
Yeah.
Not gonna do that. So I got it for the resonant kick head. I love it because it gives a lot of nice. That old school boom and like resonance, but with the like still having the fur on it, acts as a natural mute, so it kind of focuses it well. Which you can hear kind of has that nice punch, but still kind of focus. Really versatile. It's been a studio ace. I've used it a bunch, a couple different projects.
Fuck yeah.
So it's cool.
Plus, it looks fucking sick.
It looks great. I'll go for gigs. I'll set it up, and everyone in the crowd's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck, killed an animal, put it in front of my kick drum. Let's go."
The coolest part is that it can also double as a pillow.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, if you're on tour, don't have enough for a hotel room,
do
I'll just
what
put my
you
head in the
gotta
kick drum,
do.
call it a day. It's great.
Do what you gotta
But that
do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, snuggle time.
I mean, listen, hey, dude, we're recording. My wife will see this. We don't talk about it, okay? What
happens on
happens in
tour
Nashville stays in Nashville.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Just Nashville.
Okay, unless you're,
nowhere else.
unless you're
Didn't
Morgan
go to
Wallen
Nashville.
throwing a
We
chair
don't
off the
talk
fucking
about
roof.
that.
You couldn't make it.
Yeah, no. The most recent tour, my wife had to get sick with food poisoning and the flu at the same time.
No.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Was rough. I feel bad for her.
Yeah, I can't
you know those
imagine.
kids' stories you gotta turn up sound?
Yeah.
That was my wife in the bathroom for like 8 hours. It was great.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was
Been there.
not
I
fun.
don't know why I'm
Been there,
laughing.
done that.
I was laughing. I'm like,
Okay,
she's
alright.
dying, and I'm like, I feel bad, but also you sound like that toy. And I'm like, I'm just in the
That's
bedroom,
right.
like I should be supportive, but also I really want to put this on TikTok and just laugh. You know, it's great. No,
It's called Divorce Papers Are in the Mail.
yeah, I like my wife.
Through sickness and through health.
Did you do it?
No. But yeah, enough about me. We're gonna
Yes,
introduce
yes.
Sully, my
Sully.
cuddle. I mean, the lead singer.
Yeah,
front
that's
man.
right. You know, it's,
Mr. Sully.
and
Mr.
that's
Sully.
basically why you never let the drummers talk about their instrument.
Oh, of course, no. I thought that was the bass player. I mean, hi.
So I'm Sullivan. I guess lead this band of misfits. It's like the Lost Boys. Yeah, basically.
I like Lost Boys.
Yeah. So that's.
Can I be the one with like the feather earring?
I mean,
Yeah, you swagging.
you
He's swagging
could be.
the
Oh,
entire-
Swagging
but
out,
now here's the
dude.
important question: Are we Lost Boys like Hook, Robin Williams era?
No,
like
vampires, bro.
I was right there with you. I was
God
like,
damn it!
Who's that? Who is it? Tim Cook in that one? Is the bad guy?
Is it Tim or is it Tim?
What's his
Curry?
name? It's
Or-
Tim Curry.
Curry.
that's
Tim
it,
Curry. Yeah,
Tim
the-
Curry. Fucking nightmares about
I
that
love Tim
performance.
Curry. You
Did
know,
good,
hey,
though.
you know that Rocky Horror Pictures. Is one of the
It's true. That's true. He looked
Feed
great in
me,
makeup.
Seymour.
All right.
I thought it was pretty sexy as it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
That
You like him,
explains
or
a
do you
lot,
like,
Austin. I need you to know that explains too much.
Look, I didn't watch it as a kid, so it didn't like ruin clowns for me like
Dude.
everyone else I grew up
Oh,
with.
you just had your awakening when you watched it in your
I
middle
watched
school
it when I
era.
was 18. And I was like, this is amazing. Why did all these kids cry about this movie?
Oh,
I
boys
feel-
can wear
Babies.
makeup too. Interesting. I'm gonna go steal some Maybelline
Did you watch
products from
it as a
Ulta.
kid?
No.
Okay, if you did, people usually
yeah.
they're scared of clowns, and I don't know.
See, our It was the new one.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Right?
Yeah, we had the new one. We had the new one.
Sorry, guys. That's a hot take I have.
No.
We got
It's
Finn
good.
Wolfhard.
It's just the color coding of the original made it scarier. It's a whole thing.
That's it.
I
We're
agree.
doing it
I'd
again.
argue that the
We're
new
doing
one
it
is
again.
scarier. The old one's a little bit more hokey. But that's not a bad thing. It has a charm.
I think it's a rabbit
Welcome
hole.
to the Stray Lions. This is basically what
we've made
tour
it through
is
3
like.
band members.
The Stray
We're
Lions.
trying.
I'm sorry,
We're trying.
Bailey and Ryan, but we have to sell
We're
this
trying
right
to get
now.
to Bailey. We're trying to get to Bailey.
We've
Bailey,
attempted it.
Welcome to our therapy session. It is.
That's it.
It's.
That's it. Me and Brighton are gonna get to the bottom of the Stray Lines.
Ooh.
What makes you guys tick?
Well, it all started when I was 5, and there was sad Irish music. You know, it was just I believe it was.
Been there.
Hold on, let me just get comfortable really fast.
There we
and just,
go.
My
there we
drunken
go.
Irish.
Well, Sully, you
I
were
mean,
in
how
Flor-
dark do you want to
Florida,
get?
right? You were in
It's-
Florida, right?
We're a real therapy.
Florida at that age?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
so
yes.
that's so it tracks. That's
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
tracks.
It's Irish music, and then basically I think it was a relationship with
Jake
my
was
father,
from
but then.
Florida, I think for a while.
We got
I
it.
was
We
from
got-
Orlando, yeah. Yeah, mine started when the neighbor decided to take interest at me at a young age, but, you know, we're not
Hey,
therapy
Bum,
sessions.
bum, bum.
The neighbor was a crocodile.
Us Florida boys, you know, we have our issues.
Oh, yeah.
But
You
Yeah.
hey,
got your
you know-
fucking jams too, though.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah. Hey, Bailey, I think you should talk some.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
please.
Bailey, introduce yourself again for the wonderful Biscuits and Gravy fans.
Oh wait, you got your own.
He's got his own.
Was that a mic in your pocket, or were
Yes,
you
it
happy to
was.
see me?
My name is Bailey. I play guitar in the Stray Lions. Sometimes I do vocals by yelling into the pickups in my guitar.
Fuck yeah, that's one way to do it.
It is. It's fun.
That sounds fun. Fuck yeah, Bailey, welcome back again.
Very happy to be here. Good time. Always good times.
Round
Fuck
2.
yeah, fuck yeah. And last but not least,
And I'm Ryan. I play bass and vocals.
this is Ryan, and he smokes cool pipes, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I came outside, and he's got the corn cob
Oh,
joint.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Like a cool motherfucker. Yeah, it wasn't a black pepper smell. That was actual joke.
it was a real shit.
No, that's why it smells so good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
tasty.
I've got this not funny joke that, well, actually, yeah, Black and Miles, that's my jazz, dude. I'll do
yeah.
it.
That's funny.
No joke.
You like the jazz flavor?
No
a
funny.
pipe.
Wait, what?
They got
There's a jazz
one?
flavor of Black and Mild.
What does
Oh,
that
yeah, the
taste
jazz.
like?
I'm not joking. It's real.
The jazz.
shit.
Yeah. I thought you set up like the
yeah,
best dad
that was a
joke. Like,
joke.
yeah, jazz and dad. I was like, yeah.
Was that not the
I
joke?
did. Nope. Cut it. I
Cut
did.
it, cut
I
it, cut
set
it. He
it
got
up.
that. He got
Cut
that.
it.
You
Yeah,
set it
I
up.
didn't-
Cut that.
For our listeners
Yeah,
at home,
yeah,
he
you
got
helped
that at the
me.
first
It's a good
try.
flavor. It's like a natural tobacco.
it's all right.
It's not.
Sorry, I got that
I like
man
it.
energy
If
too.
you're gonna
Yeah,
go
it's
that
over.
route, you go
The
wine.
original is.
You go wine.
Is
You're
that what
gonna
like
go Black
jazz
and
clubs
Mild, the
smelled
original.
like? Back in the days, is that why they call it jazz?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Button.
I just
A
figured they
little bit
smelled
of
like
repression, regret,
yeah.
alcohol.
heroin.
Yeah.
Well, how does one get a pipe to start with? I mean, you know, you had to build up to that. You can't just start with that.
Oh no, there's an old man on a corner street. You either meet him or don't. He hands you. It's game over.
Yeah.
at the crossroads?
It's just, I guess, a gradual sort of thing.
Gradual
Yeah,
thing?
it's a gradual thing.
You enjoy it?
In time.
Like,
I
is
do,
it-
yeah. It is pleasant.
It smelled really good. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to say
It
that.
is. It's very aromatic.
I love
biscuits.
pipes.
Damn.
I will eat this biscuit.
It's getting back to the point of smoking
These
tobacco.
guys are too good.
I think a cigarette is just, it's built for your 15-minute break, right? Like it's
Oh, it is.
it's literally a weapon of corporate enslavement. You know,
no,
it's like
no,
you know,
there is
you
an
know,
art of
No, there's a lot of truth to that.
smoking.
Man.
I think so.
No, I mean, you, yeah,
I
it's,
worked retail for a while, and I
make
yeah,
yourself at
man,
home, Sully.
I know. I will. I'm just a slob.
I had quit for a long time. I had went to India. You can't have e-vapes, e-cigarettes in India, so I switched back to cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, the pandemic hit, and then I got in the habit of smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Just because I was
Yeah.
at the mall where everyone was smoking cigarettes,
Everybody
and
smokes cigarettes.
everyone was like, "Oh, you want one? Oh, you want one?" And eventually,
Yes.
there I was buying
I
a
do,
pack every
yes.
other day. And I
Well,
was
here's the
like, "What is
thing.
going
Like,
on?"
you don't like. There's not like you just get random 15-minute breaks. You're like, I
Right.
want a smoke break. It's like, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go take a cigarette. That's your excuse to get off the line or get take a break.
Yes.
You're not gonna be that weird or like, can I step outside and get fresh air? They're gonna be like, the fuck is wrong with
They
you?
will look at you funny, yeah. But
yeah,
if you're
it's like, I'm gonna take a
Damn,
smoke break. It's
that's
like,
a
oh,
good
no
point.
one bats
I'm
an
gonna go
eye.
crank one real quick. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
don't mind me. I'm gonna be 10 minutes. It'll be real good.
yeah.
Do you think we'll be that inclusive in like 60 years?
Honestly, I think I mean, at the end of the day, you know, cigarette smoking will become cool again. Once we figure out
I
that the
don't think that's what you were going
microplastics
for.
are going to kill us anyway, I think we're
I was just gonna say cranking in the bait.
That's a hog cranking.
Oh
down
man,
there.
kill my lungs with that tar again.
cranking your
Yeah,
guy.
do you think in 60 years, you think that'll be like culturally appropriate to be like, yo, hold up, I gotta go take care of myself.
Okay.
I'm having a bad day.
At our current trajectory,
No.
in a
I'd
sex
argue
positive
yes.
world,
You think
is
It's
there
a medical
is there
need.
a special jack off bathroom at your office? Maybe.
No, listen. Like,
Maybe.
we have sensory deprivation
took
rooms.
10 minutes.
We have like
10
private
minutes.
spaces.
Is that-
Here.
is that-
Are you
That's what
kidding
I'm
me?
saying.
If
But
I
we
need a
don't have
space,
crank tanks.
I need a medical
It's downhill from here,
emergency.
boys.
I need a medical relief. This is great. Hi, my wife. You're gonna see this later. I'm very sorry.
God. Yeah, my doctor actually recommended I jerk off twice a day, and let's be honest, I'm off of SSRIs. I've quit drinking. My life's so much better.
Hell yeah! I'll cheers to that.
No, somebody did like a
Cranking it at work.
somebody
they-
did a spoof of like an office that like
Soulja Boy,
installed
tell
like a jack off chamber or whatever to cut down on
Can you
sexual
cue Soulja Boy for
harassment.
me? Can you crank that for me?
Correct that myself. Let's get this taken down. Soldier Boy. We'll do it a cappella because Soldier Boy will come for our come for our neck.
Wait, did
He
Soulja Boy
would,
also
too.
come out with that fake Nintendo system for like a week and then got sued into oblivion?
It was like his own PlayStation.
You mean the
Oh,
Soldier
God.
Boy?
The Soldier Boy.
The Soulja Boy. Also, I have
He
to
had the
ask,
Soulja
what are you
Pods,
playing?
too.
I gotta know. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah, beast.
You're not playing the Soldier Boy? What's wrong with you, man?
Come on, sponsorship, let's go.
It's 2024. That's where we're at now.
Wait a minute.
All right. Okay, before we get too far off the rails, as I love to do, I do want to do my job. Capital J journalist. I got my fucking my big boy jacket on today.
Me, Matt Sully.
I appreciate that as a
Absolutely. When I saw you come in, I was like, you know what? Professional guys down here tonight.
I try to be, but as you can clearly see, it does. If we go down a rabbit hole, it will.
They're there, and we live in rabbit holes, so we'll go down them. But first of all, I wanted to say, you brought biscuits and gravy to Biscuits and Gravy,
I thought it was
this
just
is a
bring your
first.
own,
which
I-
warms my fucking heart. Absolutely, it should be bring your own biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What
But-
would happen if you brought gravy and biscuits?
Like,
for it? That would
legitimately,
I was
not work
misled.
forward.
I don't
Yes.
know.
I
I
was
can't
very
even
confused.
conceive
I
of a
thought
world
Paula
where
Jean
that's
was
a
going to
thing.
pop out somewhere like, "Oh hi, I'll have a stick of Buddha."
Hey, oh, whoa.
Eric, he made that.
I'm literally in awe.
I mean, it's not just
We
he
should
went and bought
require
some
it
through
of
in
all
a
of our
fucking thing. He made it.
Honestly,
Put
like
it in
part of me was
our-
like, are we gonna have biscuits and gravy while we do the podcast? I'm like, yo, that warms my
See,
fat boy
I'm
heart.
actually really impressed that it's real Tupperware. That's what I was saying
Tupperware
earlier.
brand
That's real
Tupperware.
Tupperware. It seals properly. It
I'm a
lasts
big boy
longer.
now.
You are.
Grown ass man. Yeah, it's not just a plate.
And
with
you
some
can't just buy
boil.
Tupperware. You have to
No.
meet a Tupperware salesman. Like it's a
That's real.
yeah, it's real.
That's real. He's got to
And
come
now
to
he's
your
my
home.
dad.
Okay. Okay, we're not getting off the rabbit hole, but I will. That one scene in Napoleon Dynamite where they're selling Tupperware, and he runs that fucker over and just pulls off. Okay, no, stop it. Journalism. Okay,
Respect the suit. Respect the
music
suit.
podcast. All right. Okay.
Gosh.
I got the fucking Straight Lines down here with me. So you guys open up with Wings is a new single that is
that'll-
coming out, or is that going to be on?
That'll be out May 8th. So
May 8th.
and that was it's actually Ryan's. That's our bass player's song. That's
Fuck yeah.
the one. The I guess yeah. The one the bass player wrote.
Any
It's-
relation to not George Harrison, but Paul McCartney's Wings?
No, but I had thought about that.
I love
yeah.
Wings, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I unironically love Wings.
I'm not a Beatles fan, but like I mess with
Wings
some wings.
fucks, dude.
It-
Let Me Roll It.
No, no.
Oh yeah, it's good
That's good.
stuff.
That song fucks.
Go say Linda McCartney on those keys.
Yes,
Ooh,
yes.
Abe Laboriel Jr. They has on drums recently. Like that guy. Ooh, hell of a drummer.
But so you guys don't have a project out yet. You got a bunch of singles out right now.
Yeah.
Talk me through a couple of the recent releases here. I think Divorced Dad Vibes hit streaming a couple weeks ago.
That would have been.
That would have been the 29th. I know because I was trapped in Tokyo at that day and had to post from an airport. Different
yeah.
time change. It was like like 3 a.m. for me. It's like my social media is blowing up, and I'm like, why are they?
What the
Oh,
fuck?
that's right. We
That's
did a
right.
thing.
We got a thing going.
Ah,
Yeah, I was always very confused. I'd send you a text and I'm like, I have no idea what what time it is over there.
I didn't know what was going on. It was great.
That was like, God damn it,
I will tell you, every time I tried to sleep, you guys were blowing up the group chat. And I was trying to be so polite. And like once they were like, oh, sorry, Jacob, are we keeping you up? I'm like, no, it's fine. It wasn't, but I'm being polite.
Why didn't you like mute us?
Because I was jet lagged and tired and I didn't
You love
realize.
us. That's what it is.
Yeah, I love you. It's yeah.
He's a businessman.
Couldn't stay away.
Businessman.
Couldn't
He's
stay
doing
away.
business.
Couldn't stay
man.
away, you know? But yeah, we released Dad Vibes music video and it's on streaming. And then before that, on Valentine's Day, we released Sober,
Okay.
which is the most romantic song in the world. No, it's actually a sob song about how. Actually, Sully, you talk a little bit about it. It's
sober. It's just about oh God. What can I say about it? It's about being sober. You know, it's.
I have a question actually.
Yes.
Because I've always asked this question. Myself, I haven't really asked you. Where were you when you saw this person that was in the song? Because you talk about her floating across the room, and I'm curious. I'm just curious.
That would have been the shout out to No, wait, this was before Aberration came into the picture of the Pizza Den.
Was it Pizza Den?
It perhaps was the Pizza Den.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. So that's
Fuck
lore for
yeah.
me and for everyone.
We're
involved.
dropping the Stray Lions lore.
Yeah.
It's called,
Man, the Pizza Den.
and it's one of those things.
What a
with,
place.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
It can happen anywhere.
I mean, with it's
Shout out to Pizza Den. That was the worst gig I ever had with the Stray Lions. That was the first one I ever had with you moving
God.
back to Virginia.
Oh yeah,
That was
Jesus. Neil. Shout out to Neil.
Shout out
Ours
to
was
Neil.
so Space Camp did a gig at Pizza Den. It was a good time, but there was one caveat. Well, there was two, but specifically one caveat after we actually started playing.
I feel
there was a part in the stage that was just a hole, and if you stepped on it, and unfortunately it was Bailey's side, if you stepped on it, you were going through it.
See, you guys got the stage.
You didn't know stage?
No, we didn't get the stage. We were just down next to a table.
I would have preferred that.
That would have been preferable.
got the
I didn't want to
floor.
go through the floor.
And I'm not going to name drop. You name drop. Hopefully, it didn't pick up. At that time, we had this was before Ryan joined us.
You better not hear this.
Ryan,
And
you
we
better
had
not
a
know
we
it.
had a bass player,
BR.
sweetheart, wonderful kid, had just started playing, trying to learn.
baby.
Great.
Sweet
I love
baby
that it
boy.
was his first gig, except
Baby gravy.
couldn't figure out any of the times. Like we did one of our songs in 3/4 that was not in 3/4.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Fun for everyone.
And it's great. Like I'm talking to like the bands. I'm like, oh, I did prog rock, whatever. I'm like,
The
yeah.
one just keeps moving.
It just keeps going. It was great. And like all the bands afterwards, they were playing. I was like, yeah, that was different. That was cool. And I'm like, yes, that's the plight. That was rough, man. But I'm not going to say that to your face. But it's
Yeah.
like, that was
was
different. I'm like, I can
Heard,
read between the lines.
felt.
Heard you.
Thank you.
That was a rough gig. It was yeah.
You could always just claim it was like avant-garde. or something.
Oh, avant-garde jazz.
Yeah.
It was jazz. I'm sorry, I misspoke. We were avant-garde jazz band before Ryan
Freeform,
came.
Avant-garde.
Now, fuck you, we're experiencing.
No.
Yeah, hardcore.
Hey, just be thankful I didn't dress up in body paints, cut a hole in a pumpkin, and start. Oh wait, that's not my story though. That really is not my story.
Sully, we were saying this wasn't therapy session.
I mean, hey,
We're not going back to Orlando, brother. We're keeping it there.
All right.
Okay.
All right. While we're talking about
Volusia
genres,
Oh my god.
I was looking at you guys' stuff, and you call yourself a pop group or a musical dance craze. I would like for someone to expand on that for me, please,
Sully.
because I think that's the best genre I've ever seen anybody ascribe to themselves.
it's Toast. Have you ever seen Toast of London?
Yes, I fucking love Toast of London.
It is. I think it's it's Matt Perry.
Yeah, Matt Perry's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, or
No.
not Perry, Barry.
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
bastard in New York City.
It's I can't remember what episode it was. He was talking about was it Coldplay? I think it was like they had him. It's like, oh, there's a big music festival. He goes, what is this? Who is this? The Coldplay and Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
So what is this? You realize I don't understand any of this. This is something that is it a musical? I don't even know what the fuck I
Like
said.
musical dance
That's
craze
great.
or
So-
something.
Is it a musical? A musical dance craze or a
Pop group.
A pop group or a musical
The
dance?
real question is Sully going to show us what a straight line is, like the dance move? Can you straight line for us?
Is that a dance move?
Teach me how to stray. Teach me how to.
Are you ready?
What the
Please.
fuck?
That's the straight line right there. Expertly done.
I would actually like to just have an avant-garde performance where I just eat biscuits and gravy, just
So
like this.
ASMR.
can make
That would be a
happen.
great episode. We'll just drop
I
the.
feel
We'll
like
drop
you should
the.
be doing like a
the
version of a
Sullivan
twist.
episode.
So by the time you get done in performance, you puke all of it.
Just
out.
vomit it back out, and then you just say like
what just came to mind. No?
hatred, and then you like bow, and everybody's like,
Two Sullys, one cup.
wow, that was really
Thank
profound.
you. That's exactly where my mind went. And I wasn't gonna be the first to go there.
Nathan is Sullivan's brother. They look close enough alike. We can make it happen.
We could make this
Oh,
happen.
this is actually music related. A few times, Nathan has joined us on stage, and he will play a triangle.
No way.
He is
yes.
That is a very good time.
he is the triangle player for the Stray Lions and Lucy the Spy, and I'm not 100% sure if he is reaching out to any other musical artists but he is working on his solo album, which is I think it's 3 points. What's the no? What's the point? What's the point? There's 3. Thank you. I could not remember the name of his album.
Can't even promote his own brother's record.
That's right. I'm a terrible brother.
He's not. He'd be here with us today, but he's in Nashville. You know?
Triangle.
He's moving up.
He is. He's I heard the Black Keys are looking. It's just
Black Keys.
yeah.
The black triangles.
The Black.
Vampire Weekend's touring again with the new record. He should try to get up on
Yo,
There you go. There you go.
Don't
yeah.
get me going on
Dude, it's
Vampire
so good.
Weekend, bro.
that. Good. I did not like the last year record, so
Don't
I've been
get
really.
me
What?
going.
But this new one, I'm
Okay,
digging
when
it.
they released a single Harmony Hall, that's when they got me back, and I was like, okay.
The rest of that record is weird.
Yeah, but weird is good for them. I think it's like when they got in a rut, they were doing the same thing. It's good to branch out a little bit. Every good band has a
He's
phase
right.
that's kind of weird.
He's right. He's right.
I mean, remember when John Mayer went country for 2 albums and came back like nothing happened?
he didn't even go full country. He went like Montana country.
I mean, what'd you expect from the boy?
I mean, look,
It was good.
He went up and he had a relationship with a 45-year-old woman with calloused hands. Like we get it,
That's
Like
good for him.
It is what
Look,
it is. It's what you do in Montana.
I was
At
gonna
the
say
end
the
of the day,
strap
did
You
it
on.
bought a
make
bunch
the
of
music
land to
any
hide from the
better?
government. I thought that's what you did in Montana.
That too.
That's Tennessee, actually.
That too.
I wouldn't.
Okay, so the fact that that's from Toast to London,
That's
I
from
fucking
Toast to London.
love absolutely because not anybody nobody's seen Toast to London.
No, nobody has.
and Matthew Berry is one of the funniest fucking people in the world. So
That Berry's so good.
if you've not seen Toast to London, I recommend so much shit on this show, but Toast to London is you can watch it on fucking YouTube.
It's fantastic.
Fucking worth your time, America. But
yeah.
no,
We're sponsored?
I love that because I was like, first of all, I love that you called yourself a pop group or a musical dance craze,
We are neither.
which I was like, not exactly what I would
Okay,
have.
so to speak on that, it would drive like we'd reach out like Sully was writing. Yeah, I'm gonna call you on this. So he's like, "Oh, we're writing his letters to record labels," and he's like sending me the description, and I'd always get hung up on that line. I'm like, Sully, are they gonna get the joke, or are they gonna be like, "Oh, it's a pop or dance group"? Okay, then listen to our music and be like, "The fuck, what?" Like, how many record labels were like, "Oh, pop dance, okay, we need that. That's hot right now with the kids, and hear our stuff," and be like, "Are they what? What are they smoking?"
What?
I'd always be like, "No, like we're like soulful indie rock," and he's like, "Yeah, but it's fun." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
but we could be more like I don't know, Click 5 or. I'm trying to think of a.
Look,
A pop group B44.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of those like.
we're going. I haven't told you
There's
this, but
one-
we're going John Mayer, Montana.
John Tanner, oh gosh,
Jump 5? Jump 5, that's right.
John. Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
We want to be like Jump 5. What are we doing?
Christian-based album.
We are going into
enough.
Christian rock. I'm sorry.
Family Force 5, we're fucking coming for you.
Dude, what's funny is Limp Bizkit's most recent record sounds like Family Force 5's first record, and I love it.
Oh, that's great. Oh, and then Pillar's back on tour for like 1 or 2 shows, and I'm like, wow, that's my rough year to high school. Let's go.
Yeah, a lot of bands need money, I think, this year.
Yeah, oh, everyone needs money. Creed's back on tour, like Creed tour.
Brought a lot of people out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the 23rd anniversary of this record. We're going to do a tour
Hey,
for it. It's like,
let's
okay.
go. Finger 11's on tour again. I'm like, well, you had one song.
Finger 11 on
Finger 11's back. I'm like, everyone only knows that one song, but good for you,
You know
with
what?
Creed.
This is a sidestep. Buck Cherry's coming to Roanoke.
Buck
And they're
Cherry.
going to play Crazy Bitch for 45 minutes, and Bailey and I are really excited. Hi.
Wait, where are they playing?
You're crazy bitch.
Where are they playing?
Dr. Pepper Park. Dr. Pepper
Oh,
Park.
fuck, I'm so there. I'm so there.
Fucking you all night.
I'm going to be there, and I'll tell you why, Roanoke, and I'll tell you why you should be there, too. There's a very specific type of woman in the Roanoke Valley that would flock to that kind of show.
Crazy bitch.
And, and if you miss it, you'll be missing out on an exceptional chance to do at least some people watching.
Fuck so good, I'm on half of it.
Hey, doing you all night.
It hurts, doesn't it? Like a little bit of your soul dies, but it's...
For the next 45 minutes,
You still have your soul?
This is it.
I do.
That's all I
Good
need.
for you.
I kept it.
Good for you.
Oh.
Should have done that.
All right.
Would have been easier.
I got out of...
Okay.
I
Back to the matter at hand. So we're not a pop group. We're not a musical dance craze.
No, it's-
What for the uninitiated would we call ourselves? If I forced you to put a genre.
Southern Beck. I
I like that. There's layers to that.
Chicken fried, built to spill.
Ooh.
Do you have one, Ryan?
I like those examples there. It sounded good.
That ain't broke, don't fix
I
it.
was gonna say Ryan is the dad of our group. He
Yeah,
really-
Ryan is actually the dad of our group.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I always, when I tell people,
the
just-
soulful indie.
yeah, I
pop.
always say like soulful indie rock pop.
See, I always just say it's like we sound like washed out Beck, and they're like, oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Well, yeah. I think that's a great. But if you're like trying to like, oh, I got to label this on Spotify. What genre? It's like,
Right,
well,
yeah.
It wasn't intentional, but Bailey and I have accidentally ushered us over the shoegaze line, and I'm sorry.
no, I think shoegaze is not a bad place to be either. There's some
We
killer
don't try
modern
to be. I think that's
shoegaze.
what's
Yeah,
cool. We don't try to be shoegaze, but we
incorporate elements.
get in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
get
what's
in.
nice is like when the album comes out and you see the full spectrum is we're not limited to one. Like obviously we have a strong influence if you take the indie route. And I mean it ushers back to Sully started out as a singer-songwriter just doing Sullivan Smith. Then you had Sullivan Smith and the Stray Lions, which is like the old days that I this project's been going on, Sully, I want to say like 7 years.
I was gonna say it started
longer?
2014.
Yeah,
So-
and
It's almost 10
ironically,
years. Yeah.
what we were discussing before we even started the podcast about Craigslist.
Sex.
I actually put out. We were gonna date myself as I'm burping. Don't mind me. I put on out like a young, naive child, like looking for band members or musicians to play with. You know, I'm a drummer. I just got back to Orlando. I'm in college. I want something to work on, and Sully actually hit me up, and that's how Sully and I connected. Okay. And that
I
was.
said, "Oh wait, you have drums in the back. I was here for gay sex. You're fine. I have a guitar.
Yes. Fuck.
Wait. You can't.
I'm gonna throw these poppers in the trash.
Heterosexual sex with Jacob. You can't just have regular.
Well, I mean, we could try to Eiffel Tower it, but I mean, like it's one of those.
You can have regular gay or regular. You know.
It wasn't gay. We had straight sex.
Listen. It was just regular straight sex. Like the lights are off. I couldn't tell. So like I'm fine.
There's nothing gay about it.
Fine.
There's nothing gay.
Nothing gay about just like two brothers just making out.
Straight
What
sex,
was-
regular gay sex, and then regular
What's
sex.
the deal?
What's the deal about gay sex?
What's the deal with all these guys fucking?
Drop it.
Okay, so you guys met on Craigslist. How did we add the
Yeah.
other pieces to the band? How did they
Oh
come in?
jeez.
So I think I was at the
Craigslist for
time
me,
I was
too.
working. I moved back up to Roanoke. I think it was it that year? I think
Yeah, you moved up to Roanoke. I was still in Orlando,
and then
and you built up the project, and
which was basically just me alone in my room, just cranking it, and then going,
Been there.
oh, okay, maybe I should write something, but no.
Yeah.
he cranked and then pick up the
first,
guitar and then be like,
Post
oh
nut
shit, maybe there's something
clarity,
to
yeah.
this.
No, it's-
Oh wait, hold on. This is and
It's the
then-
greatest creative force in mankind.
It really is. It really is. But no.
Yeah, Jesus. And then
Hold on,
I
need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, are we 60 years in the future? Is that cool now?
Yeah,
Is that
it
cool?
is
Yeah.
actually. We have a crank room. It's out back. It's built like a yurt.
Yo, why does it
Ooh,
look like
a
Max's car?
oh god. But to stay on track,
But I started. Well, we jammed. I met you. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
you met.
I met you. it doesn't matter who met who for what reasons, but through Craigslist.
Yes, through Craigslist.
And we started the project, started songwriting a little. Sully moved up to Roanoke, and you kept writing, kept doing things. And then I went to undergrad at Liberty, represent. Oh God, what?
Shout out Jerry Falwell.
Shout out Jerry Falwell. Love
burning
sitting in the
shit in
corner
the
and watching a bull boy. But
Say, if you want to talk about cranking it,
let's go.
that guy cranked
yeah,
away $1 billion.
Yes, he did. I listen. I could tell you Jerry Falwell stories. I bumped into that man on campus so many times. Man,
Did he shoot you?
no, he showed me his gun. He hit my friend's vape. I'm pretty sure he was drunk.
Junior, right?
He was probably drunk, bro.
He was drunk most of the time.
Senior.
That's a water bottle warrior right there. That's a water bottle
So
warrior.
what's really funny is my wife, she grew up also in the Central Florida,
Yeah, she
Volusia
was-
County, like
oh,
outside
Volusia County,
Orlando.
okay.
So
Yeah.
she grew up with she went to a non-denominational private school with Jerry Falwell's great niece.
No way.
So when Elena, my wife, moved up to Roanoke, 2010, we graduated in 2013. Jerry Falwell's niece went to Liberty, so it was just really strange.
Yeah.
Connections.
But
Yeah.
apparently, the old Jerry Falwell, well, at least meeting kids, he was really nice. But
Yeah.
I can't speak on the junior. I've heard crazy stories.
So
He
here's the
sued
thing.
Larry Flint.
And I feel bad for Junior because, let's be real. This man just got publicly found out that he got cucked by his wife. Like, what are you going to do in that place? Like,
I felt bad for him.
what
Own
do
it.
you do?
Own it.
Kind of.
I mean, yeah, you can
gotta
own it.
Own it.
Sure. Man
Yeah,
was.
he should have been sex positive.
Own
Like,
it.
I get cucked. What about
Yeah,
it?
take
Own
it on the chin.
He's like,
Yeah.
I
check
don't
me
get
out.
cucked.
I mean,
Jerry
she
Falwell
was.
Jr.
I don't know
Check me
about
out.
him. So.
He's like, what, am I going to fuck my wife?
Yes.
What kind of asshole do I look like?
Yeah, I don't
I'm too busy
fucking.
getting beer dick.
I'm saving it for the Lord. So let him.
I'm drinking a fucking water bottle of Beefeater gin over here, fucking
Beefeater gin.
smacking my guy around like it stole from me, dude.
Oh God. But
Yes.
Look,
but that's
I'll be at
Business.
convocation on time.
Been
next
there.
tomorrow.
Man, Jerry. Listen, that guy was drunk at every convocation I was there for. I remember when he tried to pull his gun out when he allowed students to carry on campus. Wild decision. Good for him.
Perfect,
Yeah, just-
perfect.
Yeah, it's like
Perfect.
no Virginia Tech happened here. Everyone's locked and loaded. I'm like,
Heard.
maybe.
Awesome.
Felt.
But
Just imagine like a loud noise and everyone starts pulling out their guns and shooting.
oh
But
God,
somehow
yeah.
No one hits anybody.
No, it's just everywhere all
You're
over
just
the
like-
place.
Is it
Everybody's
over?
just tucking behind, like tactically,
Yeah.
fucking reloading, like. I was like, "Cease fire! Cease fire!"
center mass, center
Oh
mass.
God, center mass. No,
Oh, someone just
So-
popped a balloon.
Okay,
but
Bad guys.
back to the story. of the
yeah. So at that time,
Fuck, were we?
I came back. I was in Virginia for school.
He was
and,
he was in Virginia for school. I was
in Virginia for life.
yes, just life in general. It's
And we recorded an old single. That was a fun. We were at
that was Skip. Oh,
that was
a-
Skip.
that was
Oh,
with
God bless Skip. He was
That-
so patient with us.
Yeah.
Did that, and I was kind of back and forth. I was still an undergrad, and then I went back to Orlando. I was there for a while, and then I moved back up to be with my wife about 2 years ago. And I hit Sully up. I was like, "Hey, I'm back in Virginia. Let's bring the project back. Now I'm here. Let's hit the ground running." And it was Sully, myself, and the bassist who shall not be named for that gig. And then the next to be brought into the band, it was Ryan that was next, right?
Yeah, it was Ryan.
Yeah.
It was Craigslist for me too.
It was.
No way.
Oh,
shit.
No
It
way.
was-
I
Well,
met
no.
solely at the performance you were
I
at.
did a open. No, it was a songwriters in the round, and it
Yeah.
was who was that was with Landon. That was with Landon. You had what is it, Carter? What is his last name?
Oh, I know. who you're talking-
Orange
yeah.
Orange Culture. That's
Yeah, Orange Culture.
Corey Hunley and his buddy Matt Powell, which was shout out to those guys. They are
Shout out to Kelly's.
yeah. Oh hell yeah. They provide good services for the valley and
We love you, Kelly's.
And I liked
Yeah.
Solly's songs, but then I found out that you were looking for a bass player on Craigslist.
yes.
It's like, oh wow, that's Solly. I just
I'll
met
never
this
forget
guy.
the first
Hey,
time.
band on Craigslist. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. Bring Craigslist back.
Right?
Also for
No,
gay sex.
let it die.
See, it's funny, but Sully and I met on forums.
in case you guys ever get lost at any
Forums for
point,
anybody? Am I right?
Gay
Am I right?
sex.
Ormsby.
You don't remember that? Okay.
No.
So okay.
This
so,
is going to be on the internet.
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
is
be.
really
That's
old.
going to be quoted. It's going to be great.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
in the aughts,
Dear
there was
Grandma.
this website called Forums.
Grandma's dead, so I'm
you
safe.
people would ask you anonymous questions or make anonymous comments to you, and that's all it was.
Whoa.
It was really weird, and I used it to kiprel people. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, I'm sorry.
Hope my
I did
work
that
doesn't
to
see
you.
this.
I'm not sorry. It was funny. It would be a
this
link.
is-
You would click it. It would show a pop-up window of Mudkip, and he would make a Mudkip sound, and you go to exit it out, and another one pop up. And there's a way to get out of it, but I didn't share that with people until they were messaging me on Facebook, being like, "Make it stop." And I'm like, "All right, it's been 20 minutes. I got you."
Only 20 minutes.
Some people, I waited for a long time.
So that is how you and Sully got.
No,
Yep.
Yes.
Whatever he just said.
no,
Yes.
actually, Sully put
Sometimes
on the Taking Cover Fest, and
Yes.
Space Camp did a cover, and it was and Sullivan, I think, recorded something with Bailey.
Sully messaged me on Facebook and said, "Hey man, I could use a synth player." And I said, "Hey man, I don't play synthesizer, but I do know someone who does." And then he was like, "What about a guitarist?" And I said, "Well, I own one. I can give it a shot."
But yeah, we met Sully at Taking Cover Fest.
So
yeah.
chill.
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
I wanted to talk about that too. Tell me about the take cover thing.
Taking cover. It's so it was just kind of an so there's this record that I think a bunch of I think it's called "You Are Here," and basically it is who was on that? The Young Sinclairs. You had Marshall Hicks, just a bunch of old I would say mid 2000 artists from the area that were still active. You had, I think, the Bastards of Fate. Eternal Summers may have been on there,
I think Eternal Summers was on there, yeah.
So these are all kind of local area
Yeah,
bands.
yeah.
but
Okay.
they
Would have been a lot of people from the Magic Twig community, I believe.
yes, absolutely. They had they basically it was something similar to where they took a song from an artist, but I believe they just chose they just got to choose a song that was that they liked.
Yeah.
But I had the idea of basically I'm like, what if you had to cover
Right.
this particular artist? And I don't know. I like the idea of like an Americana act covering like a metal band.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed
No,
to.
I think it's the fucking coolest idea that because Max was talking to me about.
He has.
got his
he
assignment
has. He
this,
has Terra
yeah.
Firma. Oh,
Terra
good
Firma's
God.
gonna be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was stoked to
That's-
hear that you got that, Max.
Which I was fucking when he started telling me about like the concept and kind of what it was, I was like, first of all, how do I not know about this?
Yeah.
Second of all, everybody needs to know about this
It's-
because I think it's the fucking coolest thing.
I think how did you guys like the first one?
I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was a really good time. And, dude, it was very cool to take something that was more of like, I don't know, some bluegrassy, folksy song and then go, well, what if it had tapping riffs in it?
we took a major song, made it into a minor key, and then we were like, what if it had a 5/4 section? And we threw a 5/4. We turned this hippie song into a sad post rock song. I don't know.
Yeah, it was what you guys did was really cool. I think it really showcased, I think, what everybody could do with the first one, and I'm really interested to see what happens or what everybody turns in.
When is that, by the way, Sully?
So the deadline, I think you all have until September. You know who you are. I'm watching. It's September. So they have until September to, I guess, give me their mixed tracks.
Yeah.
Then I guess I will either master it myself or have somebody master it.
I know a
who you
guy.
need to hit up.
Who do I need to hit up?
His name rhymes with
Is it Ghostbusters?
Nasty. No, I'm joking.
Nah. No, our guy from our album.
I was gonna say that would be very good.
Just throw his stuff more on Max's plate.
Oh, hey, Max, you want to?
I mean, no,
You
it's
want to do it and also master it and also perform it?
So kind of
You know,
let
pressure.
people know kind of how it works, like from the start, like.
I first had to assemble about five. I first had to assemble about. I'd say I think the first one was 12 bands, but I wanted to expand it to the point where I think there's 14. So 14 artists took one of their songs. They chose a song, and we had. I basically had my sister, because she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I was
kind of randomly choose.
Yeah, no, just like okay, okay. Who's it? The Young Sinclairs. Okay, they're covering, and you know, shit. Feed her an ice cream cone, and there she goes. It's compensation, but
Child labor. Let's
hey,
go.
We
He
love
was not
child
8
labor.
years old. I will
The
say
child-
she's a normal age.
you know,
high schooler?
I will
So
say
8 is not a normal age.
Not for high school. If you were 8 in high school,
I will
that's
s-
weird.
I
You're
will-
a prodigy.
I will say they yearn for the
trouble.
mines. It's you know, Minecraft was the I believe it was it was the most popular game in 2020, and what I will say is children yearn for the mines.
They do.
I'm
They do
sorry,
indeed. It
but,
needs to be
no,
noted.
Children yearn for the mines. Oh
They do.
gosh.
that's their second album.
Their
That's
little
what I
hands.
said,
Their little hands are great for the articulate
I thought our
words.
second
Oh
release
man,
was
the
gonna
Industrial
be
Revolution would love
dancing
you.
around at the pizza den.
Oh, yep, that's
Oh,
We're dancing
gosh.
again at the pizza den.
oh, good lord, that's we're but
lord.
that would be
So everybody turns them in. They go into a hat, basically. It kind of draw them out, and
Draw
then
'em
it's
out.
randomly assigned who does what song.
It's randomly assigned. Yeah, absolutely. And then if I think for the last one, what I should have done, because there were a couple like you guys got the floorboards.
Yeah, that and Space Camp covering the floorboards. Would have been an emo band covering a country band. It would have been really cool, actually.
That would have been
And
wild.
what I should have probably I think Max suggested. Yeah, I think it was Max that suggested that is like, what if they get to choose if they don't like their cover,
right.
which that's what we're doing this time. If they can't,
Square peg,
Yeah.
round
I think that's
hole.
pretty nice,
yeah.
man.
I think
I tend to agree, but then
rolling with
also
our
from the
choice.
creative
Yeah.
side, I think that bands are definitely high.
Are putting out something that they're proud of, and
yeah.
if they feel uncomfortable, then I can see why.
But I think that's the beauty of a cover, though. It stretches you.
That's
Like
true.
a lot
That's
of.
true.
I'm a big fan of covers. Like half my playlists, I have like covers, and like I love Pompaloose. You have Scary Pockets. You have all those bands that their whole thing is covers and do them differently. And there's just certain beauty in the creativity, like taking something that exists and
And
bringing-
ruining it.
Well, yes, you have some covers.
Absolutely.
Like hot
about
take.
a girl,
Listen, hot
puddle of mud,
Oh,
my favorite.
Oof. Hot takes, Weezer, you fucked up the Rosanna cover. I can't listen to it. I'm sorry. Fuck you for that one. That was my absolute favorite
Yeah, I'm gonna
song.
agree with you on that. That was rough.
That was rough. Like when the piano's not even timed with the drums, and you had someone mix and then master. Someone had to say something. Anyway, but covers, I love this because it's room for the artist to flex.
Yeah.
That they can go outside of their norm, but also to breathe new life into something that already exists. I think is like an even greater art form in a sense, because you have to respect the source material. You have to honor like what
Right.
made the song,
Right.
but also bring your twist to it, which is really hard because
Yeah.
you can just do a straight cover and people will be like, oh, that's cool. We heard it done by this guy. It's like, no, you want to do it differently.
Right.
Give it the spin of what makes you unique. That's why, like, I've always.
that's biscuit.
Biscuits and gravy.
We will be eating biscuits and gravy.
That's it. You're putting your spin on our thing, right?
There you
here.
go.
Damn.
So let me linger here
pretty
real
good.
quick. I want to go around and just everybody. What's your favorite cover to do? I know everybody's probably been in multiple bands, done multiple different things. So what's your favorite cover you've ever performed? Because I know that's something that that bands do.
Tough one.
I know it's a hard one.
So
I-
I'm privileged. While I was in college, I convinced. This is my senior year. I convinced the head of the music department. He is now Sean Beavers. Shout out to Sean Beavers, absolute gem of a professor, incredibly
name.
intelligent.
Great name.
To create this ensemble that essentially was covers.
Hell
The
yeah.
whole idea, it was called Innovate. It was like take songs that exist and do them differently. And we got that as a legitimate ensemble.
Hell yeah.
The first concert we did, we literally sold out. Like we had people like on standing on like the terrace on top. Like people would linger outside. Like there was too many people. We got in trouble for like overpacking the auditorium.
People love Mercy Me.
Yeah.
I can only
Imagine. No, but it wasn't Christian songs. So like, I still think back. I worked with Kenny Devante. Shout out to him. I know you're still in the Lynchburg area, motherfucker. Hit me up. I miss doing music with you. We did a cover of "Fly Me to the Moon,"
Okay.
but did it in like a like a new age kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And it was incredible.
Fuck
It
yeah.
was so much fun. You take like this old song, like Fly Me to Me, Frank Sinatra. You're like, okay, it's gonna be a crooner song, whatever. And instead, you got like this drum and bass vibe behind you, and you're going for it. I'm like,
That's really
that
cool.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I still think back to that cover a lot. That was really cool. There was a mashup that we did, a Bon Iver. It was Kenny's project. It was Bon Iver and Beyonce. It was
Shit, yeah.
Crazy in Love with that Bon Iver song, Skinny Love.
Okay, fuck yeah.
And,
That's a cool
Dude,
matchup.
I still have the video. We only like practiced it. It was for whatever the like yearly like do the music thing at Liberty was. But I still have that video on an old cell phone that I keep, and like every once in a while I'll pull up that file and I'm like, dude, that mashup was fucking good.
Yeah.
And like that, I think of those covers because it was so off the wall, but like everyone was interested in like doing something creative.
Right.
And like I say for me, like those are my favorite covers because it was just everyone was down to like do something new.
Hell yeah.
Well, mine is very short. It's occasionally we'll do it in the Stray Lions. I think Lucy the Spy does it more than it's Tom. Yeah, shout out to Wes and Jason and Tim, you bastard, and Eli. You know who you are, Tim. But actually, I wonder how his baby is doing. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. Tom Petty. We do a Tom Petty cover. It's It's Face in the Crowd.
Face in the Crowd.
It's
Face in
called,
the Crowd,
It is
yeah.
off of Full Moon Fever.
Just another face in the crowd.
Yeah, that's I
Hell
like
yeah.
that one.
Awesome.
But, do you-
Bailey, what about you?
Lost in Space Camp did a cover of Japan Droid's I Quit Girls a very long time ago. And if we ever do another cover, I would like to do that one again.
Fuck yeah.
That one took me back. Oh, man.
In a high school band, we did a cover of Prince's Purple Rain, which I think we bit off more than we could chew with that, but we tried.
That's the
Going
best
for
way,
Prince,
though. That's the best way
yeah.
to the cover.
tough.
I love watching, because we, up in Blacksburg, we had a house up there where a lot of like younger bands came in, and I lived with band guys. They performed, younger bands performed, and I love seeing a young band, like a college band, high school band, take a cover that just they know that they can't do.
Oh yeah.
So-
But then just like it's a packed basement, like nobody down there knows, you know?
Right.
Like, it's
There-
just
there
noise.
was-
Like
There was one
it's
show.
great noise.
There was one show we played with the Silver Chair.
Oh, yes.
Exhale, where they did a Silver Chair cover, and I was just like, this is, oh God, this is. They were
They were
kids,
throwing
and
bass guitars up in the air.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
No,
they
they-
were.
this is
The kids were
crazy.
going. Oh God, one of the craziest covers I saw. We were actually singing it before the podcast began. Like 3 Days Grace. I Hate Everything.
Yes.
I saw. This was back when I was in Orlando playing session work for Finger Stripes, and like the opening band was a high school band, and they covered "I Hate Everything About You," and it was great because the guitarist just starts doing. He's like, "You all know what this song is," and like literally all the crowds looking at each other like, "Are they going to do
it?
3 days?" They're doing 3 Days Grace. Like the whole crowd's just like, "Okay,
Yeah, let's go.
okay, let's go."
Fuck yeah,
All
let's
right.
go. All right, yeah.
And like these kids are like, they were not even playing instruments when this song came out. Like they're babies, and they're covering like all the angst, and I'm like,
angry
all
'cause
right,
they're also
Yeah.
divorced. In the
yeah,
future.
they're angry because they didn't get to live it.
They know.
look,
All right, last
divorce-
but not least.
Yeah, all right. That's a tough one. I'm just gonna name a few that I.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
I used to play in a power pop band, play synth for them, and we did
oh yeah, you.
we did Whitney Houston's "I Want to Dance with Somebody," and we did a great job. And we had 3 tenors, me, the vocalist, and the guitarist, and we did a half step down because we're men. But
Right.
it felt so good to like
Yeah.
perform that song and kill it.
That song's fucking
but,
awesome.
But I will say, like,
That's a MILF killer right there.
it was.
Whoa.
But the same band, we
That's
also.
what they used to call me in
and I'll never
college.
cover this ever again because I don't like playing covers out. I just don't really. But we did what's the big Boston single?
More Than a Feeling.
No, it was
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh, Long Time.
No, give me that Kansas single.
Oh, Dust in the Wind. No,
Carry on my wayward son.
Carry on.
Carry On My Wayward Son.
We covered Carry On My Wayward Son, and that
yeah.
was crazy too.
Yeah.
But man, that I Quit Girls really messed me up because like I got to meet Japan Droids. They were super nice, and that was like one of the things I gushed over was like you kind of propelled me into making music. And we used to play
Here we
your song
go.
all the time before we had a full set list.
We literally did the end of Post Nothing for like a couple sets.
Yeah.
We would just do I Quit Girls and Sovereignty.
Yeah, Sovereignty. Yeah, I love Sovereignty. Wow, man. But I will say, we once covered Death Cab for Cutie's A New Year with Space Camp.
Yes.
We're in college. Our friend Cody Dylan Owens was playing bass.
Yes, he
Bailey played
was.
guitar. And my wife, Elena, got on stage and did backup. And it was really cool.
wow.
I have a
Never did
video of
again.
that somewhere.
Yeah, it sounds good. It was a good, I don't know. So that's it. Those are the covers I liked.
Awesome.
All the other covers I played with my brother, I hated it. I hate you. I mean, I love you.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break real quick.
Welcome back from the break, everybody. Of course, I'm Eric Reynolds, your host. And obviously behind me, I've got the Stray Lions. We've got some more music from them. And honestly, I'm very excited about this song. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I've been listening to it all week. This is probably my favorite song of the spring. It might become my song of the summer. And I don't say that lightly, okay? So
I'm crying over here.
I'm the biggest music personality in all of the Roanoke Valley. I'll say that unequivocally.
Oh.
And my opinion matters. Sorry.
shoes.
Sorry. You're watching my show, but it is what it is. I'm really excited about this song. It goes out to all of my polo wearing, New Balance wearing dads out there.
Thank you,
divorced dads. This one's for y'all. So sit back and enjoy. This is Divorced Dad Vibes by the Stray Lions.
Wired shirts, a fanny pack. I can jam these shorts, I can rock those slacks. A vodka tonic, and my coffee's black. My lady left me, and she's never looking back. My son's not into sports, my daughter, she hates my jorts. The stepdad drives his Porsche. Could you get off my porch now? I must be giving off divorced dad vibes. I must be giving off divorced dad vibes. I must be giving off divorced dad vibes. Am I giving off divorced dad vibes? You know what this song could use? It's a good guitar solo. Don't tell your mother I said that. What do you got, Mr. Man? Exactly. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan or one of those, yeah. All right, let's get back into this. TV dinners and cheap light beer. There's nothing left on this earth I fear. Lost everything that I hold dear. I'll brush away another lonely tear. I must be giving off divorced dad vibes. I must be giving off divorced dad vibes. I must be giving off right back. I need some cigarettes.
Come back, Dad.
First time I saw your lovely face, I was flying so high. Never realized the sun could kiss the ocean, and the ocean kiss the sky. With the moon in your smile, stars in your eyes. God, you make me go crazy for a little while. For a little while. You know I can't take my hands off of you as you float across the room. You're obscuring my view. You're engulfing my You are so beautiful in this state of mind, and the drink has made me heavy. I'm running out of time, so here I am waiting to drown. Without a home, let the water pull me under into the bitter sweet cold. No, I can't take my eyes off of you as you float across the room. You're obscuring my view. You're engulfing my
smell some chronic.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Oh my goodness. That was the Stray Lions. First you heard what I hyped up to be and what delivered is the song of the summer, Divorced Dad Vibes. And then they slowed it down a little bit for us with that track, which was called Sober. All of which are available right now on streaming services, so please go check them out. Divorced Dad Vibes is a great music video. But yeah, if you're not listening to Stray Lions right now, then go fuck yourself. Seriously.
What are you doing?
I'm dead serious. No, but great band, great sound, guys. Thank you for bringing the energy. That was fucking awesome. Thank you very much. And we brought you guys down here with us, and you know, as always, you get a great fucking look at some really awesome bands. So stick with us. Stay tuned. We got a whole another half of a show, whole another interview to get into, more rabbit holes to go down. But of course, this is your favorite, the Biscuits and Gravy podcast. And we're back from the musical break. What was a fucking phenomenal musical break, I must say. One of my personal favorite songs that I've heard in the past while in Divorced Dad Vibes, and then followed it up with some sad vibes with Sober.
Thank you.
With a little bit of screaming and yelling for the kids at home.
It's you gotta have it. Just it's my mother hates it when I do that. She's like,
I
what?
think it's fun. You gotta have it in your repertoire.
Well, I think it was Bukowski who said it's like, look, if you're not doing something to piss off your mother, look, what are you doing?
well put. Because this whole exercise is, you know, if my mother would listen to it, would probably piss her off to no end.
I like that at the end there, you know, we have 2 dirty vocalists and 1 clean vocalist, just like any post-hardcore band from 2001. We're there for a second.
Yes.
And that speaks to me.
Yes.
I'm the kid back home. I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Mice and Men, we're coming for you.
Got it.
They have 2 screamers?
They did, and then the original Austin Carlisle left the band, and then one of the 2 screamers took over in clean vocals.
Kids.
Never the same.
Never the same.
You and your Slipknot, you kids. You know.
Your Slipknots.
You'll never know.
Look, the Fred Dursts of the world. You know.
No, but I've been wanting to talk Divorced Dad Vibes all week because like I said, I've been showing it to anybody that'll listen.
You know, I have a question.
Yeah.
Who has the most Divorced Dad vibe fit today?
Oh, let's see. I always strive to have that.
Okay,
'cause that's my look.
Okay.
But it's different shades of Divorced Dad, right? You know, like we've got all the shades of Divorced Dad.
I mean, I'm the one who's trying. I was gonna say I'm the
That's-
one who's
But I
trying
do
to
have
keep
the
his
chunky
kids.
shoes.
We got Traveling Salesman Dad.
That's right.
You know, that he was just out of the house too much, and you know he's proud of his son, but he just wishes he would do something more manly.
Look,
And then we've got
theater. God
and then
damn.
we've got fucking this is Guitar Dad.
Yeah.
This is Guitar Dad.
Got them slip-on Skechers. I'm comfy. I'm teaching the kids locally how to play
Son fucking
guitar.
hates music. It hates
My
guitars.
fucking son decided to play in the NCAA, and all I wanted him is pick up a 6-string like his dad.
Exactly.
Come on, play some Mary Crafton, man.
Yeah, huh?
And then Bailey is the dad that shows up just at his kids' practices and games.
Yeah. Definitely.
Not for his birthday, not for his fucking quinceañera, but hey, the state semifinal, Bailey's over there in the corner.
Little whiskey, just
saying,
Good hustle,
damn
son.
coach.
Bobby swing. Bobby swing. Bobby swing. Bobby swing.
Swing, Bobby, swing.
Bailey's got the vibe like he fights the coach if he doesn't play his son.
I'm the one and sitting in the stands shouting at my kid, being like, "Get in front of it."
See, that was my dad, but he also coached, so it was cool.
Oh, the
Wow,
double
that is
whammy.
Coach Dad.
Yeah.
Coach Dad is
I
Coach
did.
Dad's the
rewarding,
best.
but it is scary. You have to be on your best behavior because
do.
you are,
You do.
you know, the example for your team. But it's like, I know if I say a bad word, but my friend says a worse word, he's going to go home and get some chicken nuggets. I'm getting spanked.
And he
And
gets spanked. Exactly.
that's why I'm
or
good
just the
person.
belt. Well, either or.
Yeah,
you
or
know.
the belt.
Mr.
Oh, the
You
belt.
know,
Rec
we won't
sports
even talk.
experience is very, very
It's
entertaining.
integral. It's
Yeah, because
integral.
you have like the kids like me that were just on the team just because it was like, yeah, sure, I'll play t-ball or whatever.
Yeah.
And the coach is just gently bunting you the ball, like, oh, good job, Bobby, whatever. And then earlier, he's just shouting at his kids, get in front of it.
Get down! Get down! Take it off your face if you have to. No, and then we've got, this is Secret Family Dad. This is
Wow.
Dad. He's been there. He's been great. He lets you. He shows you some of his records. You know, he caught you smoking cigarettes and was like, "Don't tell your mom." And but then you find out, you know, when you're 16 or 17, that he had a whole fucking family in Topeka that he would go see and stay with, and had just had the same setup.
and you're just like, fuck, you know?
I'll accept that.
And then-
That works for me.
Ryan's like, yeah, I'll take
And
that.
then Austin is like Guitar Dad, but he's Keytar Dad.
Oh, Keytar Dad.
He's Keytar Dad. It's the same thing, but just a little more.
Even worse.
I just feel like
little-
I just feel like waist down is like is really divorced dad vibes, and up here is too youthful.
Yeah,
but I feel
yeah.
like the chunkiness of the shoes.
Yeah, also, you have the vibe. You're the dad that shows up with the van, opens the door, there's smoke coming out. You're like, yeah, he's a cool dad.
Yeah, that's the cool dad.
That's cool
That's
dad.
the cool dad.
Yeah, that's divorce as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, I'm in town from San Diego, bro. You wanna go? You wanna go see 9 Inch Nails, dude? They're playing.
Yo, we go to my dad's condo. He's got Playboys out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't
Mom's
even
cool with it,
hide
dude.
'em.
Yo, she's totally cool with it.
Yeah,
she's totally cool.
She
with
doesn't
it.
even know he's back in town.
Oh, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No, but that is for the various flavors of divorced dad that we have. But no, I really fucking love that song, and I think what struck me was I think it's a concept song, a little bit.
Yes.
You know, there's a concept there that you kind of build out from, but a lot of times just concept songs don't deliver. Or I think they're cheesy or corny.
Oh yeah.
And this song is just so good.
So there's a story behind this. Do you want to tell this or should
Oh, I
like,
love telling
It's a
this
great story.
story.
It really is.
In fact, it ties into the last song too.
Also,
Yes, it
shout
does.
out to my brother who wrote.
yeah, second shout out to Nathan.
Yeah,
Yes,
huge shout out.
because
Triangle player.
You triangle,
Triangle
Triangle player.
Oh yeah.
triangle.
He
Wait,
wrote-
what's the name of the album again? Sorry, we got to shout the album.
the album is called "Lost in Dreams at the End of Everything," which is
Beautiful.
It's shot by our
Yeah, I took some really cool photos inside Tanglewood Mall. Shout out Tanglewood Mall. They did not like that I was taking.
You want to talk about
Pictures.
liminal spaces?
Stranglewood. What?
Liminal space. Yeah, you're going through the back rooms there, buddy.
Are you taking video? And I was like, no, I'm just taking picture. And they're like, then you're fine. And I was like, okay. I didn't take video.
No, not at
Only
all.
Pictures.
No video.
No.
As long as you're not videoing us, you're okay.
But they turned out really cool.
Yeah,
But
no.
anyways,
Yeah,
the divorce
incredibly.
dad, tell a story, Jacob.
All right. All right. Story. Oh, anything else?
No, I was just gonna
Who's our
say.
characters in this story?
All right. So we got multiple characters in the story. A little background. This
Hold on. Story time.
story time. Going into my DM phase of D&D. All right. Let me give you the lore and the background. So the setting is 2022. Long story short, at this time, Sully was dating a
Person?
person, totally chill lady, doesn't have a penchant for throwing rocks through windows, nothing like that.
No, shattered glass.
Shattered glass, all that jazz. Oh boy. But anyway, background. So at this time, in New Jersey, because I'm from New York, there's Chowder Fest that happens every year in Long Beach, New Jersey. Fucking love it. I've been going since I was a kid. Chowder Fest, yeah. So at this time, we're like, fuck it. I want to go relive my childhood. So my to-be wife at the time, Brianna and I were going. And I was like, let me invite Sully and his girlfriend. Let's double date. Let's have fun. So we plan this whole trip, get an Airbnb. It's going to be awesome.
It's really romantic. It's cute.
It's going to be cute. We got a little beach cottage. It's going to be so awesome. Sully's really getting excited. He's like, I really like this girl, all this great stuff. 2 days before the trip, she breaks up with him. Right before the trip. And
How it
Sully,
goes.
yeah, how it goes. And Sully calls me. And he's obviously torn up. He's really sad. He's like, I still want to go on the trip. Like, dude, it's totally fine. You can come. It's like, okay. He hangs up, calls me back 5 minutes later. It's like, is it okay if my brother comes instead? Yeah. And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, at this point, I'm trying not to laugh because I'm like, oh, fuck, this is how bad we're doing. Okay. I'm like, yeah, no, brother could come. It's totally fine.
Nathan's a great time.
Nathan's a blast.
Nathan's
But bear in mind, this was a double date trip. Really cool. And he's like, can I bring my brother as the second? And I was like, all right, cool. So the whole drive up, Sully is trauma dumping with us.
Oh, I was just basically in the back seat, just going. This is the window.
Yeah, this is the window. He's just leaning up against, looking out, and Bree, I, and Nathan are trying to talk him through this because it comes out of left field. And homeboy was like, you really cared about her. You were really invested in the relationship, and it shattered him. So the whole time we're joking because Sully just doesn't give a fuck. He's drinking. He's just there. I'm like, dude.
I don't remember most of this
He doesn't
weekend.
remember. No. And
By
the
the
whole
way,
joke, this whole time, I was like, dude, you're like acting like a divorced dad. The whole trip, he's like, he's just like, I'm just gonna go get a whiskey.
You know,
like my parents come up to meet us. Like the first dinner, they're there, and Sully's just like drinking, and Nathan's like talking to my mom, trying to, and Sully's just like, yeah. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay, he's in his divorced dad era. Let's go.
Fuck yeah.
So this whole trip, Sully is fucking miserable. He's putting on a brave face, but like we go to dinner and he's just like, I'm sad. I'm like, I just had chowder with my wife. I'm doing great.
Chowder.
It was
And-
what was it? It
I'm
was,
fucking killing bowls of chowder with my wife. And you're over here crying your fucking ass. I'm over here. I got a bib on. I'm eating chowder with my fucking beautiful wife to be.
Yes, out of bread balls, I'm fucking living, and he's over here crying to his fucking Manhattan chowder. Like, dude, pull yourself
Just
together.
dripping
No.
into it.
Oh God, no! And Sully's such a great sport because we're like having fun and doing great, and Sully's just like, yeah. So like that's the whole trip, and then like by the end, it was like, oh, you know the best part is every night he's fucking watching Seinfeld by himself in the living room, as you do.
Hey, Seinfeld.
No, Seinfeld's great.
No,
like my wife and I are like, yeah, this is a great day, and then it's playing in the living room. I'm like, oh, Sully's still up. Oh
George!
God.
yeah.
Sully, you fucking ruined a chowder weekend.
What are you doing?
And like it gets better because at the time a hurricane hit South Carolina and was traveling up, and we're like, oh, we're gonna beat the hurricane. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
No.
the
Didn't beat the
hurricane
hurricane.
fucking hit while we're there. Chowderfest gets canceled. And like I remember, like one of the best moments is we go to the lighthouse. It's 70-mile-per-hour wind. We're like the only people there, and I'm like fucking screaming into the void, getting blown back, like ah, like into the hurricane. And Sully's just like in the corner, like whatever. His brother's like getting into it, and Sully's just like in the background, all the photos, like sad, depressed man.
Like a divorced dad.
Yeah.
Well-
So this whole trip turns into like this, like
how
Separated fathers,
how I remember
vibrations, yes.
this. Granted, I was pretty intoxicated for most of this trip. Is I'm just leaning up against this window, and it's a 6-hour drive to New Jersey. So it's like your wife your wife kind of just was like there was a you had that what was this, that playlist playing the
the divorced dad playlist. Yeah.
your wife just kind of goes, you know, Sully, right now you just have this. You're this guy, and it shows it's the picture of the dad with the he's like grill. He has the glasses. He's just like the shorts and just the
New
socks.
Balances on,
the
the
New
long
Balances, the
socks.
socks. And he's like,
Is the first of the ones? Is that
yeah,
what?
I'm drinking a beer. And what was it? Like you had Stain on there, and you had a bunch of.
Sting,
It's like-
3 Days Grace, Papa Roach.
Oh, you
Bro,
got.
Sting fucks though.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Sting is like
So Sting. Oh,
Sting is like a rock mom.
I was gonna say Sting
Like,
is
not
Sting.
rock is in rock and roll, but rock is in like
Sting is one of
Crystals and Gia. It's time.
Crystals and Gia. Yeah, he was a crystal girl before it was cool to be a crystal girl.
Yeah, I fuck with Sting, and then you find out that Sting was into like tantric sex, and you're like, that's weird.
That's a little bit weird.
This is weird.
No,
What?
like tantric sex is weird. I think that the
I
fact that my
discovered
mom
Sting
loves
has
Sting is
was
Okay,
it 3
yeah,
hours?
okay.
After I found out about
Okay,
that,
3 hours,
and I
yeah.
saw the original Dune movie, and I was like, you know what? I get it.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I get
I've
this
been
now.
listening to Synchronicity very well. That says
Oh,
so much.
the police era is a whole different era.
No, well, no. The
That's the beginning of his-
Synchronicity is his first solo album. I don't care what
And
you
I
say.
love that record.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time because like side A is just like, oh, it's good. It's kind of weird, and then it's like, why is Mother just a Norman Bates stream of consciousness horrifying song?
Yeah.
And then the rest
It's my
of the
favorite
record,
one.
side B,
I play it every
which is
day.
incredible, is literally all about homeboy stalking and killing somebody. Like it's a Sting. I don't know where you are, but if you
He's
have committed
watching you.
serial murder somewhere, just tell us. It's cool.
Tell us, Sting.
It's cool. I heard
I'll be watching
you
you.
told me in the record. I
Do you
just
know?
want you to confirm it.
Do you know "Murder by Numbers" was not on the original? Was the
I
LP?
love that song.
That was not on the original LP. It couldn't
Are you
fit.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh
no.
shit.
Can we
It
get
ends
a
with-
Roxanne cover where it's turn on your ring light instead of your red light?
Oh, good. Or just
Rocks. Rocks. But so we go on this trip, and Sully's really sad. And then I'm like, divorced dad era. And then Sully comes back, and he's like, you know what? I want to make light of this horribly negative time.
But no, I will credit your wife. She did say you just have this divorced dad. This is you. You have this divorced dad vibe going on right
Seven.
now.
And then
Father
Sully
Becker.
just
And that's where
ran
the
with
name
it.
came
Yeah,
from.
and that's where
Yeah.
Divorced Dad comes from. And then also where Sober comes from. Because it's this whole moment of like, at least for me, because I relate to Sober a lot when I look at my past. And I'm like, God, yeah, there are moments in relationships at times where I'm like, God, I wish I was sober. I wish I wasn't in all the place I was. You know, God, I fucked it up. Or man, you know.
That's one of the things. It's just, I will say about a breakup is the fact that well, what the hell? You have to destroy the body somehow, either through the gym, which is what I'd recommend, or through substances and situations, and or all three.
All
And
three,
just there's days you wake up and go, where the hell am I?
You forgot sacrificing yourself at the top of a volcano.
Well, there is that.
That's
I
where do you
think
think he got that
there's-
goat? That goat's good.
Yeah. You know, instead of throw the ring
Mount
into
Rainier?
the
Get some goes to Mount
Mount
Rainier?
Rainier. You never know. You never know. I had Samwise with me, threw the goat in. It was really hard. Shout out Tolkien. But
I was gonna say,
so you know,
I'll carry you, Mr. Frodo.
Thank you. Oh God. So Divorced Dads was born from like a really rough period. Yeah. And I think that the idea was, it came to a point where Sully just embraced it and just didn't take it serious. Was like, you know, fuck it, I'm in pain. You know, I have these things. Let's roll with it. And I think why Divorced Dad, in my opinion, like why it works so well, is it both takes itself seriously and doesn't. It's not trying to be. It's like, no, fuck it. I'm in the Divorced Dad era. I'm going to lean into these silly shenanigans and just be like, this is what it is.
I agree with that.
So-
I think, I'm sorry to cut you
no,
off.
you're good.
I think that, like, especially when you get into, like, self-referential stuff,
Mhm.
and there's, like, a lot of irony, I think it's pervasive in media culture. And I think there's stuff that's too ironic, right?
Yeah.
And I think that this song is great because it's a little bit ironic, but then it's also kind of a very genuine song. It
Yeah.
gets into, like, a
Well,
very genuine
If you were to,
feel.
you know, when the record drops, and it will drop, if you were to,
June.
I don't know, the rest of the record, it's pretty serious.
It will slop. It will
Yeah.
slop
Times.
all
And
over
there's a
there.
few songs that, like, there's one song that we never play. It's really cool called
Valentine
Valentine
Flowers.
Flowers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it sounds like in 2002 like rom-com like
Yeah.
Soundtrack,
Fuck
yeah.
the last
Ty-
song as they kiss.
Tyler Woods said it should be in a bit. I sent him the record, and he goes, "Dude, that song needs to be in a movie." I'm
It's
like,
great. It's got rom-com vibes, but
Yeah.
like,
Dude, fuck
but the whole record like definitely like goes to these kind of really dark places.
Yeah,
leads from,
I think Baby Blue that leads into the last song
Yeah.
really hammers home this, like, you know, this, because there's parts of it is like, no, but I loved you. I loved you. Like it's this whole album is kind of embracing, you know, this new love, the aspects of relationships that we're drawn to,
I guess
and then
ultimately growth as well.
yeah, growth and watching it fall apart and like embracing the pain and then being like, no, it happened, you know, and moving through it and kind of, you know, people can run away from pain or like we try to deal with it in so many different ways. I think this album's a really good showcase of like all the stages of pain and like watching something you love fall apart. And I think the most painful part is like you were broken up with. It's like this, you're helpless.
Right.
This feeling of like,
Yeah.
there's nothing I can do. It's falling apart. Everything is miserable. My life is pain. Existence sucks. But I got to get through it.
Yeah,
Fuck
definitely
it,
a record on
Divorced Dad era. Let's
self-reflection.
go.
Definitely a record on
It's,
self-reflection.
I think sober for me is like about frustration.
Yeah.
I think that I think it's palpable.
Mhm.
You know,
there was, well, I mean, during that one, the was a pizza den. I was kind of, you get in your own head, and it's it's like fuck.
Now, it's been interesting, you know, because to watch Sully's growth and development from reveling from this. At
Well,
least for like Bailey and I, who kind of came at this, we didn't know all the story of,
Right.
of Sully, and so like kind of reading between the lines and kind of piecing together.
Yeah,
the
Yeah, because
story.
you guys
I will
basically
learning
know.
through the
you
music.
basically officially joined the band right after
Yeah,
this. Like
right after
Sully
it.
went through the breakup, and like Brian and I were there for the whole
Yeah,
shebang.
it's all lore to us. We see Sully recovering from it.
Yeah,
with-
and
I will give, actually, I want to shout out to Stimulate. Well, I was going to say with Dad Vibes, I want to shout out to Stimulator Jones, who you should have on the podcast.
yeah, you should have Simmy Jones, bro.
He's fantastic.
That's someone else that's part of the Magic
love
Twig
you,
Collective that
Sam.
Bailey mentioned
hook us
earlier.
up. Hook us up. I'd love to
Yeah, I will. Sam is a mythical being. He appears and then
One of his songs was played on Billie Eilish's Instagram.
Yeah.
That's how poppin' he is.
Yeah,
sometimes.
he's-
Sam, you're a sweet man.
Yeah.
You watch
Yeah.
this. Thank you for being nice.
Yes, but he had there's a drum sample pack which I based the original demo, I think, which I've had this like chord progression and one of Sam's drum samples, and I looped that. then this one over here, I was like, yeah, let me send it to Ryan, which is typically how I've been writing. I'll write something and then I basically just send it over to you to see what you can come up or what everybody can come up with.
We
But
had
I
that chorus already.
Yeah.
And the key part, I remember.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the Sam's drum part, yeah.
Yeah, and then he just comes up with this bass line. I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
I love it, man.
So
Yeah.
much I could say. Like you can hear throughout the album, everyone pulled out everything they had for this album. It was incredible. But at least as a drummer in the rhythm section, I can't speak highly enough of like the bass writing, especially for me, really makes a lot of these songs because, you know, bass can be pigeonholed into, you know, just hitting with the kick drum, like holding down that rhythm. But a lot of the beauty of the writing of the music for this album is bass. It does a lot of melody and like progresses the songs and has these moments where it's both functioning in this rhythmic spectrum, but also like giving the hooks and giving a lot of the aspects of the song. Like you hear like the intro to Divorce Dad we're playing and Ryan's coming in with the bass and it's like, oh, okay. And then like, you see like the vocals and everything kind of follows the path that like he forges first. And I fucking love your parts.
Shout out to just great basses. We got
Yeah,
great basses
and Bailey,
all the time.
yeah.
Bailey.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
The guy that plays bass here.
But
Well, talk to me a little more about y'all's creative process then. So like it starts kind of with Sully kind of coagulating the main idea.
Yeah.
And then you send it to Ryan.
I how I put it is I will basically build the skeleton and these guys build the body.
And they build the body around it. So what are you looking at when you first get something from Sully and kind of what like where's your mind go?
It's a lot of fun coming up with parts for his songs as they're kind of open. So there's room to kind of, you know, and that's just fun for me. I like to just sit in the room and
Did you
I
play,
like the
you play
songs.
everything? Pretty much.
On the bass, like Sully will have like a guitar part and a drum part or maybe like a key part or whatever.
Don't let him lie to you. He's a fantastic songwriter.
And then, I do my own songs too. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, no.
So you do solo stuff as well?
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
It's,
Yeah.
It's like a I don't know, like I call it jazz pop.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put
Jazz
it.
pop.
It's
Yeah.
really good though. It's really really good.
Fuck yeah. What is it on Spotify and stuff?
I have a Bandcamp and a
Bandcamp, right.
SoundCloud.
Is it
Yeah.
on your Instagram and stuff?
It's Tammy Redline.
I'm gonna go check it out. I will definitely check. I love
Cool.
I love some good sounds.
Yeah.
So anybody else do solo work while we're talking about solo work?
I mean, I don't know. Do you do anything else? I don't know what you guys do really. Do you?
Sometimes.
I
There's
have
an ambient album on the internet somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a bunch of like old electronic music that's on
Oh,
my
I-
Bandcamp,
I
but I
was
also make
referring
a
to-
bunch of electronic music that I just
Oh.
don't. I got a bunch of like emo tracks
you
that I
know.
haven't released that like they become Space Camp tracks. Well, they just stay in demo form because I don't remember how to play it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm bad at releasing music. I'm horrible at releasing music.
Well, while we're here, I don't think a lot of people, especially in this new generation, now that kind of music streaming has been pushed into these kind of major platforms,
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know what Bandcamp is.
They do not. It is very strange.
So,
Yeah.
I'd love to dive into
Yeah,
it.
Bandcamp
What is
awesome.
Bandcamp?
Okay, so Bandcamp. I don't
It's
know
for other artists to find you. No,
Yeah,
it's
it whipped up, at least when I was in high school in the aughts, I don't know, 2009, 2010, at least that's when I became aware of it. And at the time, you had SoundCloud, you had Bandcamp. SoundCloud was cool,
Right.
but the thing is SoundCloud's, they would immediately take your bit rate and destroy it.
Yes.
Think about Bandcamp, you could upload your song at 320 kilobytes per second, and if somebody wanted to download that shit as FLAC and pull up a FLAC player and play your 6 terabyte record, they could.
Yeah.
And also, if you were a band, let's say, like, you're just happy their shit was out, you could set it to where you would name your own price. People could just download or donate money to you because they just liked your stuff. And it was a great way for indie artists to not get shoveled around. I mean, they're still the same way. Like SoundCloud, as you people probably know, over time, the minutes where you have to purchase it, you have to like subscribe to it. Bandcamp is still free. Bandcamp is still there's an app for it. There's a great way to find bands you already know or bands you don't know. And growing up in high school, a lot of the bands I got into, a lot of these emo bands that would sometimes come through Roanoke to play at Fest, I came across them because they're Bandcamp.
Yeah.
So when they came through Roanoke, I got to see these bands that I already listened to because
typically whenever we go on tour,
find
it's through Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, yeah.
It's because
it's a really awesome. And also, what's cool is if you listen to an artist on Bandcamp, Taylor Swift isn't getting paid because you like this indie band.
Right.
The indie band gets that view, and that's
Yeah,
shows
and if
that.
you want to send them money, they get
Yeah.
that money.
Yeah.
I think Bandcamp was you know, we've had this big movement in the past 10 years, like the small record label, the indie record label really popping up. You have like Ground Up Music out of New York with Snarky Puppy, you know, being one of the big ones to kind of blow up. I think Bandcamp was the pioneer for the small man, for the everyday musician or the bands trying to become big. They were that pioneer, that safe space that wasn't like, I'm going to take your money or I'm going to take, you know, you're going to get 2 cents every stream. Bandcamp was like, no, we're going to provide you a platform, give you the space to grow, give you the space to like put your stuff out, name your price, do your thing. Like they were like Bandcamp, such an asset to the music community. You know, and they're still around, they're still kicking, they're still doing great.
Yeah. It's still relevant. It's just, I wish more people would use it or know about it.
Yeah, because nowadays you have YouTube and streaming services that everyone has access to now, everyone's on. So, like, now it's kind of moved to, like, I just got to get my song on Spotify, you know, get it on
Look, pennies
YouTube.
are great.
Yeah.
Fractions of pennies are great.
And nowadays,
So that's kind of cool too.
Right.
yeah, nowadays it's like, can I get my song onto TikTok to get it as a sound sample that everyone's using and then I blow up that way? Like, that's where the market has kind of gone, where it's like, you know, you have these artists that are great artists, but they get that one song or that one clip of their song that blows up. Everyone's using it for a video. Bam, now they've made it.
Right.
And it's kind of moved now to that quick, fast, get attention, where Bandcamp's always been that, like, the granddad in the corner's got your back always, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No,
Do you use the restroom, Ryan?
I was gonna grab a water, but then I realized it was inappropriate.
Oh.
I got one right
It
here.
kind of felt
Let's
inappropriate.
get water. No, you're good. You're good.
All right.
Cooler right in
We
front
got
of you.
water.
Okay.
We got cooler waters.
All right, thank you.
Cooler.
Definitely
No,
make-
you're good.
You were
You're
doing
good.
the divorce
Nothing
dad
is
by law?
inappropriate,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
No,
the
so you're
divorce-
good.
Can we acknowledge the
take off
most
my
dad
pants.
move to
Yeah, that
just
was
be like,
daddy's
oh, excuse me, partner, I'm just going to get up in the middle?
Do you see how he creeped though? It was, you have to move your legs real high.
Excuse me. Let me just.
Excuse me, pardon me, pardon me. Yep. Oh, my gosh.
Excuse me. Yep. All right.
But,
Sorry, no. But no, I think not a
Or if-
lot of people know about it, but I think it is kind of to use something, a frame of reference people to understand. It's a lot like a SoundCloud.
yes.
And then it is very accessible, and it creates kind of this community. But it's not like SoundCloud.
Cloud of
like it wasn't a place where these artists blew up.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't this thing that got so big that it had to kind of monetize itself. And it still remains this platform. Where
Yeah,
people
it
can-
was able to hold on to its soul.
yeah, and
which
there's still
is-
some soul there.
yeah.
And I'm a victim of telling people to go check out Spotify and.
Oh, yeah. Well, which,
Well, everyone
everybody
has, you know,
but-
it's the easy
yeah.
option.
Am I
It
right
is.
though? Is the Bandcamp app on your phone, is that free?
Yeah, that is.
I believe
Yeah.
it is still
Yeah.
free, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
So get
Free to
Bandcamp,
upload
check
it.
out the straight lines, and
Yeah.
use that as a starting point to go find some different sounds
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
Bandcamp. You know, because again, it's a great place to go and kind of support these artists that you're seeing out here.
100%.
But yeah, so Bandcamp is kind of where your personal stuff lives.
Yeah, I think it's probably like we were saying, like more for people that are making music too or listening to that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a safe creative space.
More of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
community space,
Exactly.
than a place to kind of push out
Yeah.
into the community.
Yeah.
But getting into a creative process, I think it's really fun. Like us in the studio was a whole different world.
Oh, that was.
Oh, and there's like
Sully was throwing songs at us that we hadn't played before.
yeah, and Divorced Dad I think is probably the prime example
Bootleg.
of like
I think there,
coming up with so many ideas on the fly and having it like
Yeah.
you know take form.
and I thought we came in with like 5. We're like, okay, here are the 5, and then because I think we went in with like
We went
10.
in with 4 or 5
Yeah.
that were like for sure going to record, and then we had like a couple extra like yeah maybe if we have time. We got to all of them.
Yeah, it was. We were went up to White Star Sound up in
Okay.
Louisa County.
Nice.
Had John Trainum. Trainum, thank you.
Super nice guy.
Super,
You got a
super
big-
nice guy.
big studio
Super,
set up.
yeah, he was.
If you're looking for a place in the Roanoke Valley, I know a guy.
What? Where?
Where?
Oh my God, is his name?
His name
Maxwell
is
Clean?
Maxwell Clean, and that's right.
That's
if you're
right.
at home and you want to do some musical recording, there's only one place that you should go, and that's right here in Klean Studios. That's right. Mr. Maxwell Clean is capable of doing anything that you need as far as recording goes. Instruments, vocals, and hey, if you want to shoot your album artwork, he's even got a photo studio. So come on down to Klean Studios right now and make your motherfucking dreams come true. We're back.
Yeah. Also huge.
Sorry. So White Star.
Do it.
White Star, you guys are up there. So what kind of like set the scene for me? What's the vibe like in
All right, so Bailey and I pull up, right? It's a nice spring day, and I hear a faint. So Jacob's tracking drums.
Tracking guitar.
He's tracking guitar and drum. He's tracking drums. Bailey and I load in, listen to the console. I'm not mistaken. They throw Bailey up in there too, and Bailey's wrote down some scratch tracks. Me and Kenny Vaughn's with us. He's there to to capture.
Shout out to Kenny.
I didn't
the
even
weekend.
finish unloading before the engineer just said, "Well, why don't you play guitar on this one, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Well, go on ahead." So I plugged in my guitar because Sully's a lefty and just used all his gear for a couple of the tracks.
Yeah. And what I loved is John, bless his heart, is probably the most supportive engineer I've worked with because he's like, okay, go for it.
Yeah,
Try it.
He never said no to us.
Yeah,
He
we
never
come
said
up with a
no.
stupid idea and he'd just be like, all right, give it a shot.
He was very patient with me when I recorded my vocal part on Sober.
Oh.
I appreciate that quite a lot.
You know, yeah, there was, oh God.
So many interesting recording techniques like Sober, the screams in Sober. Bailey's legitimately screaming into his guitar pickup while it's over cranked and we're recording. Basically, you know, he's screaming into the guitar, and we're recording that audio through a guitar amp cranked out to wazoo.
Yeah, so for the people at home that saw that, like, to break that down real quick, kind of like,
Would you like a guitar to
how does
demonstrate?
that work?
Oh God!
Do we want to demonstrate?
With the guitar?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't know. What do y'all want to do?
Job, whatever you think.
I mean, you don't have to scream. You can just turn up loud and talk into it.
No.
Do you actually want to give that a go?
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, so it's funny. I wake up in the morning, right, and I hear the scream. It's always like he told me he wasn't going to scream until the last day to save his voice, and then I walk down the stairs again, and then I see Sully standing there, kind of pleased, and I'm like, oh, that's Bailey.
Yeah,
Bailey's screaming the guitar.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And John was terrified.
Yeah,
the engineer the whole time was like, what? He's okay.
Yeah.
Hits record and it's just like, again, like blessed boy is so like every time we come up with an awful wall, like I'll talk about Divorced Dad because that probably has the most like insane. But yeah, Bailey, go ahead and take it away with like.
Oh shit, that's cool.
So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I think Ryan's upstairs making scrambled eggs. Austin's outside listening to him today, and we get to this section of the song, and I look at that poor engineer, and I just say, "There's one more idea I want to try," and get up in there and just start yelling into the guitar, and it comes out of the amplifier like this. I don't know if you can hear it on the pod, but. You can imagine this. It was really obnoxious, really loud, and he was looking at me like, man, this is the part where my job really tests me. But after we concluded shouting into the guitar, he played it back and was like, man, that sounds kind of cool. I didn't realize something like that. How did you figure that out? And I said, well, I was sitting there. I realized when I was tapping the guitar rehearsal, it comes through the amp, so
Fuck yeah, dude. So that is some like genuine like experimental shit right there.
No, it's amazing what can be picked up.
Oh,
Cool,
yeah.
which is just like something that you found kind of like playing around with the instrument.
Yes.
'Cause, I mean, you know, for those that don't know, I mean, as if it's not obvious, people that play these kind of instruments usually spend hours a day with them in their hands.
Oh, yes.
Practicing.
No, I'm just cranking
or
it.
even just cranking it. You know?
I'm too busy cranking it.
Whole hog is going in cranking.
But it's and
I hate me
it's
with
kind
the
of
whole
it's kind of cool
chest.
that kind of matriculated out of that, you know, and became a feature on that track.
It was. To me, I thought it was a new thing, but then, of course, as I delved into it, I'm like, yes, many people have done this before. Maybe.
Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah,
But
I recommend,
it was a good time.
I recommend people taking anything that makes sound and putting it close to the pickups. I used to take a vape and I would like if activate it, it would go.
That's kind
So
of cool.
I would make it like a weird
Yeah,
loop
yeah,
and we
yeah.
would jam with Space Camp with.
Well,
That's fucking
talking
cool.
about loops, let's talk about Divorced Dad vibes and like that whole intro.
That was fun. I like doing that.
So
Oh, God,
the whole
that
time
was
leading
so
to the
funny, too.
studio, every time we'd play this song or practice it, I was like, guys, this sounds like fucking Breezin' by George Benson. I'm like, the chords are, yeah, literally every time I'm like, guys, okay. And I literally was like, all right, listen, either
such a good
someone's,
song, by the way.
yeah, right? So I'm like, either someone's gonna say we ripped it off or we own it and sample it, and this way people can't say shit.
I think
So we get in the studio and we're like, hey, John, hang on. So I get, I have a video of this. Bailey is sitting with the guitar laying next to the pedal board Austin is holding his phone to the guitar pickup, playing Breezin', and we got a loop pedal going. I'm like, all right, guys, sample it. And we're playing it through a guitar pickup, through a looper, through a delay. Like we phase out, phase into the song. You hear the intro. That's actually Austin live phasing it in.
Well, it was funny. Bailey was also using the whammy, and I had a chorus.
Austin and I.
So we're both pitch shifting this together.
Austin
So
and
what
I
you-
were both
yeah.
manning different
that's the
phaser
that's the
and pitch
kinda
pedals
Yeah.
to shift that.
So that whole intro, that's them doing that live to the recording. Then we have Breezin' going in the background. And then we're like, okay, so we have that intro. What are we going to do? And then, so the day before we're going to record vocals, I was goofing. I was like, yeah, it's like we're calling it Divorce Dad Hotline or something. And Sully turns to me and he's like,
That's actually a very good idea.
and then I was dubbed the hotline guy. And I was like, oh shit, so I have to come up with something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, okay. I'm like, thank you for calling Divorce Dad Hotlines. It's not stepdad, it's a dad that stepped up. And then the whole vibe was like, like, what if, again, Divorce Dad, like nothing's going to go his way.
What about Reagan?
Yeah, right. It was like all these ideas for like the court. I'll get there. And it's just like, okay. And I'm like, what's the whole vibe? It's like, okay, I love it when you call a support center and they're like, oh, too many calls, but fuck you. So I was like, due to high call volume, we were unable to assist you. Yeah, and the whole vibe is like too many people calling. Like, and my favorite's like, goodbye. Like that happy goodbye.
Later.
And I'm like, oh my God. So we have that. And then the bridge comes around and they're like, all right, Jacob, you got a riff. Like, huh? It's like, you got to be the hotline. And I'm like, okay.
I think I originally,
And
because I originally did something where it was like,
yeah, originally you were ad-libbing a bunch of like a bunch of goofy lines and like that's funny, but at that time I was like that's gonna feel too on the nose. So like why don't we lean into like being this hotline? Okay, it's gonna be goofy, and I'm coming up with ideas, and I'm thinking of my dad, like what would my dad do? And I'm like, oh my God. So New Balances, we gotta have to for New Balance store locations, dial one.
propane in the boy.
I had to throw.
That was
I had to do
great.
King of the
I
Hill, and I'm like,
reference.
for propane and propane accessories,
Love
call
that.
to.
Again, everything about this fucking song.
Just leading into it.
That's
And I'm
again,
like-
to pause you real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to a good concept song is leaning in. I think that was a good phrase that you used. Is that leaning into it
Yeah.
is what
How
what
Sully
gives
was
you.
leaning against the window crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Sully's leaning on the window
tie it all
crying. I'm like,
together.
all right, we got to lean into this. But no,
that's
yeah,
just
that's the
kind of
idea.
diving in and
So like
and
picking all
immersing
these
yourself.
like stupid dad things. I'm like, all right, for Craigslist personals, ads and supports. I'm like, okay, that's the divorced dad's gonna be like looking for love, whatever. But let's be real, like the old days of Craigslist personals was just divorced men trying to
I
find
didn't know
something.
that you met him through Craigslist, so this adds a layer.
Yeah,
to it.
I met Sully through Craigslist, so I was like,
That's the
fuck
thing
it,
about
we're gonna
the
lean
straight
into the
line.
Craigslist
Being in the
vibe.
straight line, just learning new lore that you didn't know.
yeah.
at
New
the
lore
time.
on Biscuits and Gravy podcast.
Yeah, biscuits and
We
gravy.
drop
Let's
new
go.
lore like it's a fucking
all of my music.
D&D book, motherfucker. You can
Yeah.
read up
Which
on these
edition?
motherfuckers.
All right, you better roll for fucking initiative.
Okay,
We're going.
we're not going to get into it, but 2E. 2E. for the
What's your
purists out there.
modifier?
+2.
All right, you got a 16. You succeeded. Anyway, I need more D&D groups. Help me.
I try to use all of my musical groups. I try to meet through Craigslist. Like,
It's funny that you met him through Craigslist, and then you met him, but then
I didn't even
you
know
got
Craigslist
involved
was
with music
funny.
Together through Craigslist.
just
You were like, oh, I know that guy.
I know that guy.
Oh, so he's not gonna rape and murder me.
Yeah, Bailey and I did not don't
Interesting.
understand properly. We should
No,
have
you were
responded
not
to an
initiated
ad.
through Craigslist.
Sully sent me Sully sent me the Facebook message to an old Facebook I never used. So I didn't see it for like close to a year.
No.
And then and then he saw me. We live around the same neighborhood, so we were
Yeah.
just out. Both of us would just walk around. He's like, "Oh, hey man, you're the
Like-
guy that plays bass at Lost to Space Camp." I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You want to play synth in my band?" And I went, "I don't play synth."
does
I
it.
think we talked about this already.
Yeah, no, but shout out to Jared. We had to take our old
Shout out to Jared. We took him
We
to
had
the
to-
farm.
Jarrett is in the music video. He's the arcade manager. He pops up. He is our old synth player. He played that show in Charlotte. That was
The Mile High Club, right? Or
Milestone.
Milestone.
Mile
Mile
High.
High Club.
I mean, hey,
was
Mile
the
High.
goal,
It's
but
called- where's that?
yeah,
That is the most divorced dad thing you could have said, Sully.
yeah. But oh my gosh,
but no, he
But yeah.
shout out to Jared.
shout out to Jarrett. But yeah, leaning into things, and then you have
What about the
What was
30
it?
miles deep into Fincastle Club?
that,
yeah.
ooh.
We out here.
We out
out here
here.
in the bricks and the sticks.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah,
Bands,
bricks
yo.
in the sticks.
Bricks and the sticks.
And then like what was it? The line to fuck it, like to talk about how things are better under Reagan, dial 7 or something. And that was a shout out to my dad, which growing up, he was such a staunch Republican. I love him. And then I went to college and I come back and he's the hardest Democrat I ever met.
It's a switch,
Like he did a full, like the guy grew up like, I remember like New York, driving into New York City, he's fucking blasting Sean Hannity, like, yeah. And I come back and the guy is the most Bidenomics man I ever met. I'm like, what the fuck?
But imagine you're like told to trickle down economics works, and then you see it not work, and you're like,
Yeah.
well,
fuck.
maybe I should.
Yeah, like Obama won my dad over, and I'm like, good for you, buddy. But what the heck? I grew up like hardcore Republican, and then you switch on me, and I'm like, who are you? Let's go. It's great. It's oh boy, whiplash. But
Thanks, Obama.
thanks Obama for saving my dad. But
Thank you, Brock.
No, I
Yeah.
I love the track. I think it's really incredible, and I think the sound that you guys have is a little diverse. You know, you touch a couple different bases, and I'm excited to hear the album to kind of get the totality of it.
Oh, it's
because you guys have a broad umbrella.
yeah. I maybe.
I'd say I also is a testament because where each of us come from like different musical backgrounds.
Like I love the Beatles and everybody in this. Well, Ryan.
Yeah, Beatles are good. Yeah.
Yes.
Beatles fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I
don't care what anybody
I
says.
respect them deeply, but you'll never hear me listening to the Beatles.
Right there with you, Jacob.
And here's the thing, like I acknowledge that they're
That's
fantastic musician pioneers.
That's
like
a whole nother episode.
that's a whole nother. Listen, like I can respect like their impact and everything they did, but like it doesn't do anything for me personally.
Because Beach Boys exist, man.
Oh God, let's talk about Pet Sounds. Let's go.
Pet Sounds.
Again, we'll have y'all back, and we'll just talk about.
Oh, let's go.
We'll just talk about the fucking.
I was the weird kid who would always do like, let's listen to the Beatles. It's like what the.
Yeah, you were the Beatles guy. Meanwhile, like
I want
my
to listen to Sean Kingston, "Beautiful Girls."
beautiful
Like,
girls.
this song's dope. You guys ever
Right?
heard Revolver?
Oh God,
Run for
But,
your
like,
life.
But
No.
I grew up on the weird side of me. So my dad is a guitarist, and he's been playing since he was like in his teens. But my dad was into like progressive jazz rock. So like Mahavishnu Orchestra, Return to Forever, those kind of bands. So like I grew up listening to like that world, like Herbie Hancock, all that stuff, and like progressive jazz and then
Real
rock.
music.
Yeah, music is music. So I come from that background, and then like the bands I was a part of before I was in Stray Lions is like progressive rock, heavy metal, hardcore music. So like I joined this band, like I have all this jazz, funk, and like prog influence, and I'm like, okay, so I bring some of that, and then Ryan, like you can talk a little bit about like your background, where you came from.
Yeah, I like R&B and a lot of good bass lines in R&B and stuff. So
It's like a mixture of Bootsy and Paul McCartney all rolled into one.
yeah.
And
I
I mean, he's the
Look
glassy
at
I'll
George
take that.
Harrison though, which I love.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I love a little George Harrison.
But
But
he's
he's
got the of Robert Plant. You know what I'm saying?
does have a little Robert
okay.
Plant in him as
There
well.
we go.
I like to hear that R&B is kind of your buy-in. 'Cause
Yeah, I
it's
grew up with that.
a lot of good bass in R&B, man.
Yeah,
It's a great genre once you get into it.
I have not found anybody like Ryan. No offense to this one right here.
you better apologize to my man's right
If you
here.
make
bro.
Ballcat Bailey cry right now, I swear.
He'll just hit his little
I've never fought someone
happy
before.
juice
It's
and
gonna change tonight.
Right here on
The,
the
Yeah, and then like Bailey Austin talk about like
Oh,
because again like Lost in Space Camp is a whole different genre and vibe. Like you guys bring a whole different element.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
we I don't know. We like a lot of that shoegazy, post rock, emo, and like post hardcore, and unintentionally we have. A great example is like someone did a review of Sober.
Sober.
And he says for fans of Beck, minus the bear. And the thing is, that's like a math rock band. We don't do anything mathy in that song, but
No.
somehow they knew.
Somehow
they found us
smelled
out.
it.
They smelled it. They smelled it. And
It's like
Blood was in the
but
water.
yeah, we like a lot of that wacky, weird stuff that's kind of off kilter and sad and also
Right.
maximalist.
Yeah, but you throw all of us in a room or in a studio, and everyone's like bringing these influences, and like these are the places we come from, and we come with ideas, and you get this, like you said, like we touch this big umbrella. We hit a lot of different genres and go a lot of different places, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I've been in projects where everyone comes from like the same background, the same vibe, and it's like cool. We're gonna have this one product. Versus like we walk in a studio and we're like Sunny, the song that we have in demo that's coming out in the album. Literally, Sully, like I was saying, off the mic, sits in front of the grand piano, starts noodling. And I'm like, do it. You're going to do that for the song. Bear in mind, Shelly has never played piano for the song, never done it live, immediately starts recording it. And like ideas like this are coming out left. Like Bailey had ideas, Austin's having ideas coming from like these places, and just breathes even further life into these songs and fleshes them out in ways that like any one of us couldn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, I give you the skeleton and you build the body.
And now I have to buy an omnicord.
Yes.
Can someone buy me an omnicord?
Viewers, please buy Austin an omnicord.
Please buy this
Bandcamp.
album enough times on Bandcamp
Yes.
so we can get an omnicord.
They actually just reissued the omnicord.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say.
don't tell me that isn't going to raise the price of the original one.
Oh,
or lower it?
probably. Probably lower the original. It depends on the
They do
computers that they
weird
have in it.
Stuff. I did see that.
Yeah.
See that. Maybe
Yeah.
that's how I get it.
That's it.
There you
That's
go.
it. Gentlemen,
Behringer to make one.
I could talk to you guys all night. Unfortunately, we do have
Bedtimes?
a little bit of a time limit on us.
I gotta finish this biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, you
It's
do. But really quickly, I wanted to kind of end. If everybody would just kind of say kind of what their favorite venue is to perform at, and kind of why, real quick. I'll start over here with my man Austin.
Man, it's a tough one. But you mean like regionally or
Just anywhere.
anywhere? Wow. So like, for love the spot. Spot has a big space in my heart for so many reasons. Bailey and I played the Canal Club though early in January. That was a really good time. Yeah, it was a really good time.
Quite like the Canal Club.
So
And that's up in Richmond.
that's in Richmond. But man, it's a tough one. I'm gonna go for two.
All right, gentlemen. What's your next?
got one right.
I'll just speak for when playing in this band. Spot has good memories there, like of just that's a good times. And I know,
We love the spot. We're big
Yeah.
fans and supporters of the spot out here.
Bailey? No? Canal?
I really enjoyed the Canal Club, but
Yeah.
I will say, well, do venues that aren't around anymore, do they count?
the Bazaar.
Yes.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't think it was
places
right.
that aren't around anymore too. Yeah.
I very much miss the Bazaar.
Yeah.
Very
Shout out
much.
to Jamie
Bazaar's a cool
Cheatwood.
Very much miss places like Leftovers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big
Ryan.
Ryan. Question you asked us because it takes
It
a lot of
is.
memories.
No, it
man.
is. And there's a lot of venues, especially with COVID that hit that aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
But they're coming back, and I think that it's bands like y'all that are filling them up. So
We try.
We make noise. My favorite actually was the one that I just went on tour this past.
Yellow Racket.
That would be Yellow Racket
Yellow
Records,
Racket is
which
very sick.
reminded
Oh my
me
gosh. Yeah.
very much of the Bazaar.
We're in Chattanooga. Really, really cool venue. If you guys are ever in Chattanooga, Chattanooga's a great city.
I've heard
Everyone's
Chattanooga's
super
awesome.
nice. Everyone's really cool. But that Yellow Racket was incredible too.
The shout out to Ben, and that was a very that's because they have the record store right there, and then that bar was that was very nice. Just Oh, and by the way, shout out to John Pence who played filled in on drums. He had a broken pinky during that entire run. I didn't.
Did he know that?
I don't think he did. I think he just is like, oh, I jammed it. And it's just like, it turns out he had a broken pinky.
Man,
and
my hand hurts and
Yep.
it's been hurting for like a month. Why?
John's too busy, I guess.
a doctor said I should probably have it looked at, but hey, it's
But
Gotta do what you gotta do.
But also the milestone. Is,
Milestone in Charlotte. Oh
Enjoyed
gosh.
making the rock music.
Yeah,
at the
that
Milestone.
venue, you just walk in there and you're steeped in history. Like Nirvana's signatures are still on the ceiling. You go in a venue and it's like,
Ozzy's signatures on the wall.
oh,
They got the Bad
Andy the
Brains
Doorbum
frames.
has graffiti art on the fence around the shout out Andy the Doorbum, buddy I met in Orlando. Absolutely incredible musician. Very much an experience when you see him live. If that's someone who ever comes through here, holy hell, you need to talk to him. That guy is incredible. But I think venue for me, I have to shout out Orlando. That's where I did a lot of music before I came up here. I want to say Will's Pub in Orlando off of in Winter Park. That venue's been around for years. It's probably one of the most fun. Will's Pub is incredible. Marshall Rhodes, I got to give a huge shout out to Marshall, someone I've worked with for a long time in Orlando. Has a booking and promoting agency in Orlando, and it's probably one of the biggest advocates for live music in Orlando, especially like smaller bands or like our level. Absolute advocate, incredible human being. Marshall, I love you. Haven't talked to you forever, but I still 100% like Will's Pub, and in that scene, Orlando, I missed that. And then in Virginia, like Spot on Kirk, we've had some fun gigs. It's a cool little venue. And then obviously, Milestone Club in North Carolina.
I didn't feel punk enough to be at the Milestone. It was fun. It was a good time.
No, it's a good time.
It's a good time. I was just like, man.
I got to relive my little.
You went and saw Pyle, didn't you?
I saw Pyle at the Milestone.
I farted where Ian McKay farted.
And I got to stand on the same side of the stage as Rick, and that was sick for me.
Look, if Rick sees this,
Pile.
please.
Yeah, Pile at the mile.
Rick,
Rick, that was sick.
Sick.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out small venues, shout out local bands.
Shout out to Marshall
local
Hicks.
music.
He's fucking great.
Marshall Hicks,
guys,
Marshall Rhodes, all the Marshalls.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys down.
Eric.
It's been great seeing y'all again, and it's been great meeting y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you for blessing us with a couple awesome songs.
Thank you for having us.
This is
also huge shout out to Max. Thank you for setting all this. This has been absolute.
Max.
Max.
100%.
He doesn't spend a lot of time on. Come out here.
Yeah, Max, you definitely deserve to at least.
Yeah.
He doesn't spend a lot of time on camera anymore.
Yeah.
But
Look at that butt. Look at that butt.
No, but he doesn't spend as much time on camera. He's transitioned to more of a director role, but he's taking the reins.
He's giving people what they want, bro.
And he is the catalyst for a lot of these people that we bring on, and kind of the person through which I meet a lot of very cool people. So
And
really appreciate y'all
for behind the scenes, coming in first time, such a smooth and welcoming experience coming in, setting up, and getting everything. I'm not just trying to blow smoke up your ass, but genuinely, coming in. This has probably been one of the most organized and efficient, live, demo of music and podcasts, anything of this genre I've done in a long time. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for running this, man.
Yeah, this is 100%.
This is fantastic.
Guys,
Pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Appreciate it.
But no,
Max.
we appreciate you guys coming on. Make sure that you go check them out. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, please consider going on Bandcamp and dropping them a little something.
Yeah.
They fucking deserve it.
All right.
So we got a music video on YouTube for
But
Divorced
also-
Dad.
Check the music video out as well. The music video is fucking phenomenal. And then we've got some merch too. They've got, their merch is sick. You'll be able to see it in the background. of the
Austin
music.
made the merch.
Yeah, Austin is our designer.
Obviously, fucking killed
Thank you, brother.
dude. But
Our
seriously,
album will be out June 14th. It's Lost in Dreams at the end of everything. And then we have a show with, was it Leah Senior, who just opened for Wilco. So
excellent.
that's at the Spot.
Great.
That'll be at the Spot on
Great show,
Kirk.
great people.
Yeah.
Super nice people.
Yep.
My
Probably the
favorite
big.
place, the Spot. Come by, get some merch, get some tunes. Watch these guys absolutely rock it up.
Yeah.
And like we always say, now more than ever, find somebody you love. Tell them that you love them, even if they know, even if you think they know. Go tell them.
I love you, Bailey.
Fucking put your arm around them.
I love you, Ryan.
And
Love you,
be
Sully.
Be that person.
Love you all.
But we're out.
Bye.
Bye now.
Five, four,
Yeah, I thought-
three. Let's eat.